welcome. God damn it, Zeb. Welcome to the Natural Havoc channel. We are a group of Twitch streamers that decided to give playing and streaming Dungeons and Dragons a go. We will be playing the 5e system, however, with a few added homebrew rules thrown in. Most of us are not new to D&D, and there will be no mercy anymore. Please do be patient with us, though, as we are figuring things out still. And, you know, we make a few mistakes along the way. I think we're doing it as usual today, right? We're going around the room like normal? Yeah, cool, brilliant. We are going to go over to Tim. Tim, take it away. Tell us who you are.
Yay! Guys, welcome in. I am Tim, and I'll be playing Arcturus on this wonderful adventure. So if you want to be with, well, smart wits, impatientness, and all kind of stuff, it's with me, Arcturus, the big blue Vidalcan. Can't wait to play today.
Fantastic. And below Tim, as always, we have... Wait, where is he? There he is.
Hello, everybody. How's it going? My name's Eagle. I'm here to play the Loxodon Elephant Man. Hey, and make sure you go follow the YouTube where we post all the previous VODs and some cool little clips here and there. And then you can also go follow the Twitter where we post things at times. And then we also have the freaking Discord. Go follow the Discord. That's pretty dope. You can go talk to us there directly. And then Smitty, you got the other one.
I'm getting all my shit together. What's new? I just got home 5 minutes ago from a dinner. I just had a tequila shot as well. Things are going great. But yes, go follow the socials at the Instagram as well as the Twitter, the Discord, and the YouTube, where the people of the future are watching us. Hi. And yeah, you find me playing Maeve. Here I have a Druid Barbarian. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Yeah. Over to Lan?
Zeb, take it away.
Yeah, it's Agent Zeb. I play Erhard Weidestaff. I also mess up intros. For other people especially. But anyway, I actually streamed this week. It's amazing. Mainly because I broke my rib and I had to stay home. But yeah, other than that, streaming is cool. And Erhard, have fun.
And above Zeb, we have Lan. Lan, take it away. Tell us where we are. Who you are, not where we are, because we're on Twitch.
Hello, my name is Lan. I'm in my room, and I play Shion, the half-elf warlock who's a bit of a diva and who still may or may not have tabaxi booty. Who knows? Tune in today and you'll know. Or not.
And I play everything, including Tabaxi Booty, I guess. I'm the DM, the Onion Soup. Yeah, I'm Matt. You can, yeah. We play D&D over here. We do lots of fun things. Yeah, I pretty much, I'm the trees, the animals, the blades of grass, whatever the guys want to try to talk to, I'm that, you know, a wagon wheel, if they decide to animate a wagon wheel, I guess I'm that now. So yeah, that's me.
Isn't that kind of weird?
What do you mean?
Well, if you're the nature
Onion,
and I'm the druid.
You went down the deep end, dog.
Yeah, well, if you're walking down the path and you step on a daisy, you've
step
just
on you.
murdered a daisy, you know?
Well,
like, that's
No,
savage.
we're all just
If that's
stepping
the
on you,
case,
is what you're
then-
saying.
Imagine if we just pee
Everything's
against a
alive.
tree, and then Matt has to be the tree.
Huh.
Yeah, you can
So
pick
that
up a
means,
rock
like-
and pretend you have a pet rock, and that is now me.
Does that mean the water
Oh.
we drink, like, we're potentially killing you because you could voice the water?
It could be a water elemental, that is correct.
Or three different birds.
Anyway, we are going to go and do the recap, as always, which Lan very thankfully wrote for me. So yeah, so we're going to read that out. Let me pull it up, because I had to tap out of this to go to this. We're a little bit scatty today, but it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. So, our session began in the dead of night as Galoin, Arcturus, Erhard, and Contessa were taking turns standing watch as the rest of the party were in the tent of the Silver Strings, either sleeping or having a good time. Contessa took her time to contemplate her recent transformation, and as the party woke up, she came with a shocking revelation. She decided to leave the party. Her golden hair and eyes made her question her parentage. And she wanted to go see her father to get the answers that she needs. She left a pouch of gold and most of the treasures that she had found along the way, claiming that the rest of the party would definitely need them more than she did. Andros, with a bit of help from his great-grandmother T'Challa, took custody of Tenko, Contessa's owl. The rest of the party was in shock. They had a great time with the Silver Strings the night before, and Contessa leaving so suddenly left them all a bit deflated. Soon, however, the party, along with the Silver Strings, started packing up, and after a delicious breakfast of milk and fruit, the two groups were on the road once again. As the party was on their way to Sardonis, they spotted a commotion a little further down the road, around about midday. And as they got closer, they saw their old friend, Yusuf Featherstone, being ambushed by what they thought to be brigands. They mentioned something about him being a bootlicker to Kingsley Taff, but the party wasted no time and entered battle to help their dear friend. With the help of the Silver Strings, who were really good in combat, much to the surprise of the party, they quickly dealt with the bandits, killing all but one, who is now held at sword point by Yusuf. Can the party wiggle their way through some answers from him? And that is where we will kick off today's stream, as the party, surrounding the stopped wagon, two of Yusuf's guards unconscious, who are both being treated for their wounds, and currently, I believe, only Maeve and Yusuf stood over the surrendered man's body. So before we go to Maeve, what are the rest of you doing as you're stood around? I believe, Andros, you ran over to one of the guards and you were assisting with Savras and Serge, who were looking after this guard at the north.
Yes.
So what are you doing? Are you just helping, or?
I'm kind of just waiting to see if they tell me to do anything. Just kind of providing assistance if they need it. I'm also just the bodies that are nearby. They're also dead. I'll start probably looking over them, make sure they didn't have any. Maybe it's like some clues, notes, like anything like that. Maybe they have information on them of why they did it, and I can find any of that. That'd be pretty nice.
Okay, brilliant. We will go over to Erhard, because I think Erhard was miles away from the wagon itself. And Arcturus, you as well. You were pretty close to Erhard by the end of the combat. So the pair of you two, what are you doing as you start slowly walking towards the fray?
Well, I think I was trying to more or less panically get over behind the wagon and check if they just murdering everyone else like Andros did. So just kind of trying to hastily make my way over there while muttering prayers, please don't kill every single person on sight.
Yes, so as you start moving over, Arcturus?
I saw what Andros did, right?
I actually think everyone except from, I would say, Erhard and Maeve were the only two that wouldn't have seen it, because there was trees between you and Andros at the time, Erhard, and Maeve, there was the wagon between you and Andros. But I think everyone else was in range of seeing it when it happened.
Yeah, I'm still a bit wary about what I saw, not knowing how to respond, and I'm focusing my attention to the other side of the guard. But I'm not going there instantly.
So just taking
cautious.
your time.
Yeah, I'm a bit cautious.
Yeah, fair enough. And Shion, you before you, the surrendered, now dead bandit lies at your feet, and you have Plucky and Serge, who seem to be muttering amongst themselves. They seem just in shock that this individual was murdered after surrendering. But what are you doing?
I think I'm gonna go over to them. I'm like, those were some impressive skills, darling. Did you learn all that on the road here?
Oh, well, yes, I learned some skills, yes, of course, but I was hoping not to have to use such magics. But you yourself, quite the talented one, no?
I try my best. But are you alright? I mean, you cut yourself, and not for the first time, I reckon.
It was an accident, you know. These things happens with blades.
And he shoots you like a smile and like a wink as he says it to you.
Yes, of course. Now, let's see if we can help out there.
Very well.
So,
And Where are you going to?
I think I'm gonna go towards Ondros a bit, see if I can help him out doing whatever.
So Ondros, Savras would have asked for water, bandages, anything that can assist, as there does
Okay.
appear to be some bleeding from the chest area of the guard to the north.
So okay, give me one moment. I think I have some things actually.
Yeah, you tell me what do you want to hand over?
So I will help by first putting on like a little bit of pressure to help relieve some from her, so she can like do anything else she has to. And then because he doesn't really have like bandages, he does have some water on him. So we'll take out some water and kind of hand that over to her, and then he'll also take out what they can use to do some temp bandaging. He's gonna take out some common clothes. He's gonna take out a dagger. He's gonna start cutting them up into something that he can actually tie around.
Yeah,
Because his
perfect.
times being in the military back and forth, he would have learned these type of skills, so he would make
Yeah.
some
And
temporary bandages for now.
especially someone of your size as well, because you're much bigger and broader. You managed to have enough tunic for probably some good sized bandages as well.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you start cutting that up, and you can see that she's administering it. And where you are, Shion slowly approaches, and you can see just round the other side of the wagon. You see Erhard Arcturus approaching, and you can see Nashara at the other guard. Doesn't seem to be bandaging, just seems to be putting the guard into some sort of like recovery position, just making sure that they're all okay and just checking them over. But while this is all happening, Yusuf has the blade of his longsword pressed towards the throat of this gentleman, who is now slouched down, almost sitting with like one knee raised, the axe thrown to the side, and he's just kind of like, he's panting, and Yusuf's also panting, and I would say, Maeve, you can see that there's like quite a few like bloodied marks through the tunic of Yusuf, and you can see that he's pretty exhausted from this fight so far. But yeah, you're stood beside him. I assume your rage is starting to go.
Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
I believe I just shaped back into Maeve as I was still in the rage, and looked him dead in the eyes and said, "Speak." And I think that's where we ended last time.
So as you're staring at him, your fangs have still protruded. The
hair's
hair's
still...
like sticking up, and like the elongated like nails and claws, and like the eyes as well. And
we'll say I'll let it run out for however long. It's a minute, right? So like however long that takes. Yeah.
And as you stand there like panting, like from the adrenaline that's running through you, staring at this man, he kind of like, he realizes he's in a real bad position. He's bleeding as well, like pretty bad, and he's just sat there, and he just looks up at you, and he's like, "What do you want? What do you want to know?"
What did you want with Yusuf?
Just wanted to inflict some pain, take what he had. Fucking bootlickers are fucking tough.
I grab his hair, pull him up, right to my face. So, why the fuck did you want to hurt him?
This is what a fucking Taft's men, that's why. Fuck Taft, fuck Sardonis.
I look at Yusuf.
Yusuf kind of, he's unsure as to what's really going on, and he removes the blade from the throat now that you've grabbed him, and he like sheaths the blade, but he still seems ready to like attack if need be, but he's just panting, just listening for now. He doesn't say anything, he just looks towards your direction.
Makes you think he's one of Taft's boys.
Well, you're coming to this bloody name day, aren't you? Invitations sent far and wide.
And you're on the road, killing everybody that has an invitation?
Well, yeah, fuck Taff. If I can get back at him anyway, I will. Like all of us did. Are you one of Taft's bitches too?
Still out?
Sorry, what was that?
Are my nails still out?
Yeah, I'd say you're still raging at this point.
I scratch him across the face.
Sure, I'd say you do a point of damage. It doesn't do enough to kill him, or to...
Non-lethally scratch him in the
yeah,
face.
you inflict a bit of pain. He's like, look.
What did you call me?
What? I said, are you one of them? I didn't say you are.
And still, is that a way to speak to anyone?
No.
That's what I thought. Now sit up, be a fucking man, and tell me why you have such a problem with him.
Half exiled us. All of us. We used to live in Sardonis. He does what he wants. We can't pay taxes. So he kills, lashes, imprisons, and exiles the ones that are too much trouble to handle. We're out here, braving the wilds that fucker is meant to protect us from. These roads, there are no guards on the fucking thing, is there? He's charged to protect the Boar's Run. The reason we're here is because he doesn't protect the areas he's meant to.
You want him off the throne? And you spend all your energy on the road here?
Look, there's only a handful of us, right? Well, there were. I don't know what the rest has happened to them. I hope to God at least some of them still live. We tried making his life a misery. It's his name day. Guests are coming far and wide. So we thought, what better way than to stick it to them? Taff knows who we are. They don't. But their friends are Taff, otherwise why the fuck would they be coming to Sardonis?
Your group has a name?
Oh, no, not really. We're just exiles of Sardonis. We live out in the woods, not far from here.
Look. Now look at Yusuf. How does Yusuf look at this point?
Yusuf seems to have calmed down. He seems to be trying to hold his pain at the minute, because he seems to he took some pretty nasty slashes and lashings and stuff. He seems to be just trying to calm himself at the minute.
I put a hand on his shoulder and cast Cure Wounds.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know what I have to do with that, but that's what I do.
Okay, that's it's 1d8 plus your you should be able to click Cure Wounds on your character sheet and it should come up. It should roll it for you.
Did it do something?
It'll ask you what level you wanted to cast it at.
Oh, yeah, level 1. Fine.
Yeah. Yeah, so you heal Yusuf for 4 hit points, and he kind of like grimaces for a second, and then he swallows, and you seem to see he has a bit more vigor and is more willing to converse with this individual without having to be stoic with his pain. Taff is a vile man. This is true. I'm not one of his lackeys. I once too was exiled from Sardonis. Taff challenged me to a duel 15 years ago. He lost, and in doing so I was exiled. He has invited me, I'm sure, as to mock me.
Why are you going?
Because if I don't go, my renown, my name will mean nothing. It is the honorable thing to do. Trust me, I don't want to go here.
Back at the bandit guy?
Mm-hmm.
You hear that?
Yeah, all right. We made a fucking mistake.
I think we made a mistake too. As a group, collectively, we handled the situation with emotion as you approached our friend. We came up weapons drawn. Seems that we have similar intentions. And this could have gone very different had we had known.
Look, we weren't gonna kill anyone, all right? We were gonna hurt them, take some of their stuff, let them be on their way. When they got to Sardonis, they'd be asking questions as to why Taff ain't protecting them on the road. We were just trying to spread some infighting before this fucking name day.
I apologize what happens to your friends.
It's our own fault.
And I'll say at this point, Andros, now that you're closer to the wagon, you can hear that there's a conversation being had. And Arcturus, Erhard as well, and Shion, the rest of you start slowly coming round to the side of this wagon. And this is where, if any of you want to intervene in this interrogation, by all means.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand a little bit closer.
Andros is gonna stay in the back. He's honestly like, he's just gonna stay back. He's gonna kind of look like keep watching the guards, and then he's actually gonna start looking through the dead guys and just kind of see if maybe any of them had lived somehow anyway, and just see if there's anything going on over there. But other than that, he's
Roll
not gonna-
me an investigation check as you
Oh.
start inspecting the bodies. Yeah, 17. You wander around. Everyone is dead.
Yeah.
That is on the ground, bar the guards. They are both living. One is quite injured, but he's alive, and he's the one that Savros is bandaging up. The other one just seems to be beaten up a little bit, and yeah, he's slowly coming to. But as you go around and you check like the Dragonborn mage that you encountered previously, you like kick over the side of his corpse so he rolls onto his back so you can see him more. And yeah, you can see this silver scaled dragonborn with what looks to be like a pendant around its neck, and you can see that there are a couple of scrolls tucked into a bag, as well as its arcane focus, which was a wand, which is just laying by the side of it. And you can also see that it had a cloak, and on the inside of the cloak, as it was moving, you couldn't quite see it, but now that it's stationary, it has like a silvery sort of like shiny sort of gleam to it. It does just appear to be decorative, but it matches the scales of the Dragonborn. It's like a matching sort of thing.
Andros is gonna
yeah.
pull out the scrolls, and he's gonna start like looking through them, see if maybe any of them had any information or
Yeah.
anything interesting like that.
As you look at the scrolls, you cannot read either of them, but you understand that they are arcanic in nature, so they have to do with the arcane arts.
Okay. And Andros is gonna put those in a pocket for now. He's gonna then take off the pendant he was wearing, and then he's even gonna grab the wand, and he's gonna put those. He's gonna make sure no one's like watching him do it because it'd be kind of weird. And he's just gonna he's gonna quietly pocket those, and then get up and continue to look around.
Sure. And Arcturus and Erhard, are you two approaching the interrogation, or are you doing something else?
I think I would also walk up to seeing Maeve and Yusuf next to the wounded enemy essentially, and just ask Yusuf if he's all right, and who are these guys?
They appear to be victims of Taff. I'm fine. I just need a moment.
All right.
I just walk with them. I heard the conversation with Erhard and Yusuf, so it don't have to be again. And I look at Maeve, and I ask, "What did you learn?"
They were exiled from Sedonis, once living there. They weren't gonna kill Yusuf. They just wanted to mess with him, take his belongings. Turns out Yusuf is also not going because he's friendly with Taff. Luckily, I think we made a mistake.
So in
The
the
way
end,
we handled this.
so in the end, the conclusion would be, we do have a common enemy.
We all do. I think we acted out of emotion, of course, because it was Yusuf and it was a friend.
Well, we know what to do.
There's plenty more people inside Sardonis that still hate that bastard.
Are you organized?
We were trying to be.
You have a
Look,
leader inside Asadonis.
Malachi Hawk.
And where can we find the gentleman?
He owns the Obsidian Hilt, blacksmith. He and Taff haven't seen eye to eye in the 3 years he's lived there. Malachi is hell-bent on doing whatever he can to upset Taff. Look, my name's Samuel. I was a lumberjack for Sardonis. Malachi's been arrested multiple times for various wrongful things. Taff didn't like the bloke. From what I understood, Taff ordered him to make him and his guardsmen weaponry for free. Malachi refused him, and in turn, he was deemed not worthy of living in Sardonis and was exiled for a time. He returned a few months later, and again was asked once more, and this time was given public lashings in the streets, and then imprisoned for a year. This time, Taff's taken collateral. Taff took Malachi's sister. Malachi, as you probably can guess, didn't stop and broke into the Alabaster Castle. And in doing so, received 50 public lashings in the streets, and imprisonment once more. Taff raises the taxes. He ups the guards. His men, now tax collectors instead of protectors. The Alabaster Knights, they kick down doors and drag screaming men and women from their homes, just to make sure that they pay their fucking taxes on time. Me and this lot, well, we decided to stand up to Taff. As you guessed it, some of us were exiled, some were imprisoned, others are... I don't know. Probably dead.
This Malachior, good man?
Well, it's better than Taff.
And I sort of look towards the others, and he's like, overthrow a tyrant and put another one in his place. This feels like home already.
I
Doesn't
just
sound
laugh.
like a tyrant to me. Sounds more like a victim.
A victim.
No, I mean we overthrow Taff without any bloodshed and put Malachi in his place after we've had a word with him, of course. We want to establish whether or not he's a good man, would take care of his people.
Yeah, I agree.
Isn't he in prison though?
We can bust him out. We've done worse things.
Yeah,
Is it-
he was imprisoned a little while back. I don't know if he's out yet. I can't imagine Taff would want him in the castle when the ball's going on, just in case he gets out, but I don't know.
Where
So
would one go?
who
if-
might be? Sorry.
Where would one go if they weren't in the prison and they weren't dead, presuming?
Maybe under house arrest? I'm sure Yarok, captain of the Alabaster Knights, will be keeping a close eye on Malachi from now on.
In his own house?
Maybe. Who knows, if they want these goddamn weapons so badly, maybe they'll be working him to the bone. Maybe
So,
keeping him as almost a slave in his own workshop.
so who do you suggest we could talk to if we want to make contact with anyone from, let's call it, a resistance?
Malachi's your best bet, but it's getting to him. There's plenty that will follow Malachi's lead, but if he's locked up or house arrest or whatever, people aren't going to be as willing to follow a man in chains.
So, do you have any signs or symbols to identify anyone that's off the course?
We've been exiled now for a few months.
Okay.
We haven't been in. We got exiled because Malachi was arrested. Wrongfully. He didn't actually do anything this time. His sister's husband was beaten to death in the streets by Yarok, and Malachi lashed out. In doing so, Malachi got arrested because they killed his brother-in-law. It's horrible. Taft's got a lot of people around him, though. He's got his Council of Sardonis. They all work for him. Yarok's one of them.
Is there anyone still in town that might know you, or that might, well, know us for knowing you, so to speak?
One of Malachi's sister's friends, Harriet Smork. She could be found in the town. I know that she quite often brings food for Malachi. When he was beaten and bruised. With Eloise out of the picture, Harriet kind of took on the role as Malachi's carer for when he was hurt.
Do you know, is she allowed into the house even if it would be guarded?
She's just an innocent woman. I'm sure if Harriet's providing food for Malachi to keep him, I don't know, working and making weaponry for him, I can't imagine they'll turn it down. It means they don't have to feed him.
Where might we find her?
Like I said, I haven't been in town for
Yeah.
months. But she works at the Sleeping Giant Inn. She's a waitress. And Yusuf, who's just sat like on the steps of the wagon at the minute, just catching his breath. That's where I'm staying.
With Harriet?
In the Sleeping Giant Inn. Kingsley has provided all of the invitees rooms at the various taverns in Sardonis.
Question, Yusuf. Do you get
yes.
to bring an extra person to the ball name day? Like
Well,
a date?
the invitation is for myself and my family, but with Kingsley's reputation, I chose not to bring them. I do, in fact, have 4 other people I can bring. I was to bring these 2 guards with me.
I need the guards. They didn't even last long enough.
He goes to smile, and then you see him like hold his ribs because he's like, he got beaten with a mace by one of the thugs there, and he like looks at them and he says,
Personally, I think they deserve a few days off.
Yeah.
If you'd be willing to
Sure.
accompany me.
While reaching into my pocket, grabbing a health potion, which I'm gonna hand to the guy who just got his friends murdered and went honest with us. I look him in the eye and I'm asking him, "Now, where can we find you and your organization outside the city?"
Well, you see, we're not exactly close. We're a little ways west, towards the Wilted Wood. Just north of Eventol.
We might have a way to contact you if we need it, or a distraction outside the city.
I'll be honest, there really ain't that many of us left. Especially if you've... And he, like, looks round to see if there's anyone still alive. And he, like, leans back holding his ribs. Well, sorry, his chest. And he says, I could probably round up a few of them, though.
That would be enough. Now, drink this. You'll feel better after.
and he takes it, but he very hesitantly like looks at it, smells it, and then like eyes you, and then takes a sip, and then just starts guzzling it. Yeah.
It seems like we know what to do. Unfortunately, though, Yusuf only has room for 4 and we're with 5.
Well, a certain fellow needs a date, right?
Well, some people can, transform. Some people can disappear, right? Or
You
become
could go
small
invisible.
to hidden away.
And you don't think, I mean, if anything, Mr. Taft doesn't strike me as an idiot. He might have certain protections against invisibility, charms, magics. You know that. They might have some sort of traps for that. I think it's best that we go in, maybe not as ourselves, but turning invisible is not the answer.
I
I
will.
also.
I will just tell you. You're talking about magic, right?
Hmm.
Yes, naturally.
Taff does have a personal mage.
Mm.
Lena Jador. She used to be a student at the Tri-Spire. Heard she got kicked out for, well,
Lena?
yeah, Lena. You can't miss her. Bright, ginger, curly hair. Quite often seen wearing a white cloak.
I also hate to break it to you guys, but Arcturus, Andros, you don't look like you could be family of Yusuf's.
Thanks.
Yusuf coughs and again goes to laugh and then holds his ribs once more because, yeah, he sees that quite humorous and he says,
Well, I was to bring my guard. They don't have to be family.
This is
I'm
true.
just allowed 4 other invitees.
I just
5 is the maximum, and that's including myself.
I just grab my clothes and I look at Maven. What do you mean, not family?
Well, one of us can also still stay with Galoin, right?
Where is Galoy?
Are you volunteering, darling?
Well, I think I could. It's fine.
I
You
think
can
we
just
should.
pretend to be part of the Silver Strings. You've played with them before, and if they're all right with them, you can just go in as part of
Oh,
them.
that's a
We're-
great idea, Shion.
We're not even in the city yet, so I'm not trying to like say we should save the conversation, but we're not even in the city yet. We don't have any idea of like what might happen in the city even before the ball. We're trying to plan ahead for something that we don't even have any other information on besides what we're hearing from other people.
I
So
think
I say we just continue to get to the city, and then we can actually make a better, actual, well thought plan.
We can talk on the road.
I think
I
I
agree.
think it's important though to also think, how do we get into the city first?
We just go into the city.
Well, just come with me. If you accompany me into the city, I can just say that you are some hired personnel to defend me on the road.
There we go.
Would not be the first one we served a Featherstone.
He smiles.
Also, remember there are many people coming to Sardonis for this event. Who knows, you might meet a few other familiar faces.
True.
Doubt it. Anywho, I'll go get Galoin up. Galoin hasn't drove up here yet, right? He's
Nope,
still back there?
Galoin is
Okay.
currently caring
Yeah.
for 6 horses, an
On-
owl, socks,
Andros
a
will
lot of
start
creatures.
running back to get Galoin and have them just start bringing the carts up to where the others are and just kind of basically regroup everyone in one area.
Yeah, as you start running off, Serge sees you and he stands up and he's like, where are you going?
Going to go get our carts.
Oh, yeah, I'll come. And Serge runs over because he wagoneers his cart, so he comes over to bring his
Okay.
over as well. Yeah, and
Andros
you
will
all
just
go over.
go with Surge.
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
eventually, a few moments later, I'd say like a minute tops, 2 minutes, you Galoin and Surge bring the wagons up, and at this, I would say Yusuf guards have finally come to, and they are just dragging the bodies off of the road onto the roadside, so that there's a clear path for you guys to leave afterwards.
Samuel?
Yeah.
We give you a
Yeah.
ride?
No, I need to go west from here.
Right.
That way.
Yeah. I should know.
Yeah, and it is to Sardonis is like completely north, which is like up from where you guys are, and yeah, he's pointing towards the left. Towards the left, and you can see in the distance some like woods which don't look the healthiest, Maeve. I'll be honest, they are a bit on the dying sort of side. Hence probably why it's called the Wilted Wood. But yeah, he is heading towards that direction. He grabs his axe. He walks over to one of the other individuals, the one that Andros pierced the rapier through the back, and he takes a pendant from his neck and like pulls it, and it snaps, and he shoves it into a pocket, and then he starts walking away. Yeah, you guys are 3 wagons now. Yusuf has climbed into his. The one of the guards that isn't as injured but a little dazed climbs up to drive the horses, while the other one that got a little messed up from some iciness is resting in the back of the wagon, and theirs is a closed wagon, so it is a like wooden top with wooden doors and windows, and they've gone Yusuf and that one has gone into the back.
Andros will continue to do what he was doing earlier, but this time he's gonna walk on like the actual side, like kind of more in the middle, just kind of stay closer to everybody, more centralized, and gonna just walk and kind of, yeah, what he's gonna do.
Okay.
If, it's going to grab socks.
Yep.
Grab her herbalism kit and peek ahead into Yusuf's car. Any space for a small one or two?
Yes, by all means.
And hop right in, as I feel like this is a nice close-up area to start some brewing.
Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, so you can spend a few hours to do some herbalism if stuff.
Do I need to? I need to do something, right? Or is that at least second part?
You've done the prep, I believe. So you've just got the brewing side of. No, you
Nope.
haven't done the prep.
Nope.
Okay, so you'll do prep. Yeah, you need to do 3
Do I need
hours
to tell
of
you
prep.
which one? Because I have 2 different kinds.
Sure. Yeah, make a note of which one you're doing.
It's the mushroom, a thanther. Is it called a thanther mushroom? Amanthea.
The
mushroom.
red mantia mushrooms. Yeah, not a problem. So yeah, you need to do some prep with that, which is basically getting the spores to give off their poisonous gas, which you would know it is actually poisonous, but with mixtures into other such things, it can create healing potions, which you know from your recipes and your herbalism kit. No roll is required for this section. It's the brewing side that is required for the roll.
Yeah.
But I believe, didn't we already make you roll?
We made me roll for what I found.
That was it.
Yep.
Yes, you're right. Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no roll for this, but yeah, you begin pestle and mortar, grinding some bits up, cutting some bits up, and just preparing yourself ready for the brewing process. So yeah, not a problem. Anything else anyone else wants to do?
Yeah,
Just before they kick off.
Like Andros, where did he say he's gonna be?
Walking in the middle of the carts. I think between Yusuf's and yours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Centralized, yeah.
Yeah, I think I would like to position myself somehow that I can talk to him. Whether that needs to be walking next to him or in the cart, I don't know.
Well, if you walk, if the two of you walk between Yusuf, like on either side, but between Yusuf and your cart, everyone can hear the combo. If you want an open chat.
Sure. Sure.
I'm in the back with Galoin's card.
Okay. And I imagine Shion is there, accompanying Galoin on the cushion.
Yeah, I'll sit next to Galoin, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess as we start driving, walking, I don't know, stuff, I would just like to kind of strike up a conversation with Andros and kind of ask him, did I see you near the mage guy that annoyed me? By any chance? Did you find anything?
I mean, some things here and there. I was gonna have someone look over them. I was actually gonna ask Shion to do that as we're walking.
Do you have
what's going
any
on?
I don't know, any books or scrolls by any chance? Because
Books?
I might be able to copy some of that.
He wasn't doing any books. He had no books on him. It's a robe. I don't know how you can carry books like that. Or hard.
Well,
I mean, as for the scrolls,
spacious.
I don't know the language they're in. I don't know if you know them by chance. I mean,
I may can have a look if I
uh,
know them.
sure, I mean, if you really want, I'm not a practitioner in these. I don't really know this language, but I was gonna hand him up to Shion. I mean, I think she actually knows it. If you want to,
Well,
and Andros is gonna hold it in his hands. But he's gonna
yeah,
open it up for him. See
I
if
think yeah.
Erhard knows.
I think that Arcturus is probably most likely to read anything, but yeah, sure, I will just check if I can read them.
You're muted.
Thank you. I will need you to make me an Arcana check, please.
Sure.
And this will be for the first scroll, we'll say. 24, nice.
Where's my thing?
Yes, you can definitely read it. It is a bard and wizard spell. And
Yeah.
it is the spell Leomund's Tiny Hut.
Sure.
You know that the spell creates a 10-foot radius orb, which can be used for camping in and doing various other things, and it creates a barrier around you that only up to 10 creatures of your choice are allowed to enter. And it is completely opaque from the outside, so you can't see in, but you can see out.
Alright. How long does that last?
You know that lasts for 8 hours, which is exactly enough for a long rest.
Well, that's pretty neat. I will
And
just
it's a
share
ritual
that.
spell.
A what?
It's a ritual spell.
It's
as
a
well, you
ritual
know that.
spell.
A 3rd level ritual spell.
How does that work again? Damn it. Anyway, yeah, I guess I will look at a second scroll.
Yeah, make your second check for me, please.
Andros is on hold, not the one.
Oh, just the
And
one?
he's
Okay.
yeah,
Oh,
and
just
he's
the
gonna
one?
he's
Okay.
gonna and he's just gonna roll, and after he hears what Erhard knows, he's gonna roll it back up and put it in his pocket, and then he's gonna be like, yeah, I mean, so it's nice you know that one. That's cool.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, nothing else, or you just want to save it for later?
Save what for later?
If you
The
have
wand?
anything else, I don't know. I'm just asking.
I mean, I saw a wand and a pendant. I don't know, but I don't think they do anything. He didn't really use them, as far as I'm tracking.
Well, should I check, since I kind of have the ability to do that, but it's up to you.
You can check it. I mean, you can check the wand. I mean, I have no use for the wand. And he's gonna just plop the wand to Zeb, or Erhard. My bad, Erhard. He's gonna plop the wand to Erhard, and then he's gonna just kind of, give him a little smile and go. So, what about the items you were checking yesterday? Since we want to get in each other's business now.
The items I was checking yesterday. God, now you're catching me out. What was I checking? What was I checking yesterday?
You checked the shield, the axe,
Oh, yeah.
and something else, but I can't remember what the third one was.
I'm pretty sure I
Dawn
shared
the Dawn
those
Shard.
things, isn't it?
You only shared, I think, the axe and shield, is what you said.
Oh, is it? I mean, yeah, the axe and shield I mentioned that the axe is like a fiery thing. The shield is pretty dope for helping and shielding people. And yeah, the dawn shards that we found that the dwarves were after. Did we share that with you at all? What we did in the sinkhole? I don't even recall.
I wasn't here for the dawn, whatever the hell that is. I have no idea what those things are. What are they? What do they do?
Well, yeah, we met these dwarves that were looking for those very arcane, magical, rare ores in the mines that were essentially under Arentol. So they were opened up. The access to it was opened up in the sinkhole, and that's where we found like an elemental place and all kinds of crazy things. But long story short, the dawn shards were also in there, and yeah, I figured the dawn shards can essentially be reforged into magical items. So
You mean they
yeah.
can be made into like what exactly? Like, what can he be made into?
Well, if we find a very proficient blacksmith, he would be able to make them into, well, more or less anything made out of metal.
So
would
a
know
blade.
from your investigative work on them.
Yeah.
The three combined could make one medium-sized weapon, which would be like a longsword or like a blade or like a full shield. Or you could make three trinket-sized sort of like a ring or like a necklace, or like three smaller or like one medium-sized.
That.
Okay. Wow, really interesting. We only have the one. We don't have.
We
no more
have
than that.
I have two,
You
and
have
I'm
two?
pretty
We have-
sure that Contessa found one as well. So
we have
yeah,
3 in total. I'll make you a deal, Erhard.
sure.
I'll give you
Deal
that
me.
scroll you just read for the 2 Dawn Stars you have currently on you.
Sure. I think it's more of a group effort. I'm not sure if I can really, give it to
I will gladly.
people, but
I'll take the risk. They don't know about this scroll you just read. It's just me and you. So you can take the scroll. You can give me the 2 Dawn Stars or the shards,
sure.
and I'll take the third one for myself later.
Surely.
Okay.
I
Andros
hand
will
over the dawn shards.
Pull out the
and-
scroll and hand it to him, the one he just read.
There you go. Do you
You
show
got-
him the pendant as well or not?
No, he's gonna keep that one in his pocket.
so
And the
so
other 2
you,
scrolls he has with him as well. They're just hidden in his pocket.
you get the 2 dawn shards. And I guess I'm gonna do my identify ritual on the wand.
Yeah, you do know the wand is just an arcane focus.
Oh,
It
it's just an
seems to
arcane
be-
focus. There's nothing
yes.
else to it.
Yeah, he
Ah,
had
okay.
it like he had like quite long sleeves on his hood, which is why you couldn't tell he was a dragonborn, and he had the wand like tucked into his wrist and up his hand when he was casting the spells.
Okay. It's probably too late now, actually, that I think about. But can I roll insight or something on that on Erhard on Don Ross's little talk just now about the scrolls and whether he had more or not? And I don't know. It already started weird with like the book or
I
like
will
how he
say
made a big
yes,
scene
but
out of
at
it.
disadvantage
Disadvantage.
because it wasn't immediate, so it's
Yeah,
you're trying to recall
Sure.
information. Yeah.
And he would have to roll deception or how? does that-
He'll roll it at advantage because
Yeah.
it was a little while ago. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Okay.
So an 11 for
That's pretty much
Erhard
fine.
and an 18 for Andros. Yeah, so I would say
Sure.
it's not that you believe he only has the one, it's just that you don't have reason to disbelieve what he said.
Sure.
I think that's the best way of putting it. Yeah.
Okay. So I will 2 hours per level. Oh god, that takes
Yeah.
a long time.
It's going to take 6 hours.
6 hours.
Mhm.
And 150 gold. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Good to know.
Yep.
Sure. I will just
yeah.
keep the scroll and
No worries. You slide that
So-
into your bag, and Andros, you take the 2
Yeah.
dawn shards, which
And
are
then-
roughly about the size of like your palm. So yeah, they're just a little bit short. They're probably like half an ingot each.
Yeah.
In weight as well. And the 3 together would probably make just over an ingot, which is just enough to forge a
Okay.
blade.
And Andros will then just kind of walk around to the back of the wagon, and he's gonna look for that last shard. He's gonna grab that as well. And put it
Okay,
in
and
his
as
pocket.
you walk around the back, Arcturus, you just see Andros start rootling through the wagon while it's moving, and he's just walking behind it, rootling through some of the
Take a
stuff.
sleight of hand check and make it to where he doesn't notice what I grabbed, but I'm trying to get the Dawn Shard, like
Sure.
quietly. Okay.
And Arcturus, if you wish to try and see what he's looking for, roll a perception.
A perception.
Yeah. As you just stare at him, rootling through some stuff. Rolled very well, I will admit. Okay. Yeah. You see him grab something, but you don't see what it is.
Are you looking for stuff, Andros?
Well, easily enough. I just, you made a deal, and I need. I need an item for something I want to do myself.
What kind of item?
Well, maybe I want to make my blade cooler. Got a problem with me trying to make my sword cooler or what?
Or giving me that information. What could be in that box that could help you make your sword better?
A dawn shard. Apparently, Erhard said it can make a fine little blade, and I would like to do that myself. So he had 2 on him. I made a trade, and I told him I'd take the risk on getting the 3rd for myself.
Well, it's
You guys
definitely
are mostly magic, so
it's-
I don't
it's-
think you guys would have anything against it.
Well, I understand why you do that, but I would advise next time to discuss it in the group, since we went through a lot of effort in that shaft, finding those shards in the process.
Well, and Andros is gonna pull out the other 2 scrolls he took from the mage, and he's just gonna kind of like toss them towards Arcturus. Here, since you want to keep this between me and you, and I'll let you keep on to those.
I just smile, and I obviously also try to catch them before they fly off the card.
Yep.
And I wink and I smile.
Did you take a look?
Nod my head, and I do take a look. Yeah.
Roll me 2 Arcana checks. We'll do the first one first. As you take a look at the scrolls and try to perceive the magic.
This first, and I'm gonna add my D4 to it.
Okay. DC isn't particularly hard because you've heard of this spell. You cannot cast it, but you know this to be a sending scroll.
Ooh. Interesting.
Yep. And then I'd like you to check for the other one, please.
Just 1 sec. And yeah, obviously. Do I
you
need?
gonna do your thing again?
Yeah. Do I need
Yeah.
that or? Well, I'm just gonna do it anyway.
It's your choice whether you roll. I will tell you if you need it or not.
Yeah,
Luckily, the DC for both was 12.
Oh.
So that's exactly what you got on the last one. So you know this to be the it's a 1st level spell. It is Unseen Servant, and it is a ritual spell. You know this to summon a ghostly apparition of basically like a butler, which will serve you drinks, will fetch you things, but he's not very strong and he's not very quick, but he will do certain activities like making the bed and stuff like that.
Interesting. Interesting.
There you go.
I will smile at the 2nd scroll. Looking what this first scroll is, my face straightens.
Why are you smiling?
Oh, we're gonna have fun with the first one.
What is the first one? Can you tell me?
It's a scroll to send a butler.
A butler?
We can summon a butler.
Can I see that? So I think I can haggle Shion for that one.
She might like that, but
Can I? I'll listen. I'll toss in the platinum for that that scroll.
platinum. You want that
Yeah.
scroll so bad?
I just want to see if I can haggle Shion a little bit with it.
With a butler
Can I just
scroll?
disturb that for a second? Like, just a question.
Yeah.
So
Do you see it? Is that your
I,
question?
I made a deal with Andros, and he immediately stalked off to the back of the wagon.
Yeah.
Did I notice that?
I would say because you cast the spell Identify,
Yeah. I'm
you
busy.
are preoccupied and are only using your passive perception at the moment,
Alright.
which is a 12. And I would say you can hear them talking, but you have no idea. You don't see anything.
Alright.
So, Andros, are you
Yeah.
sure to do a platinum
Yeah,
or a
I
butler
will-
scroll?
Yeah.
This thing is like cheap as fuck.
But Shion would want that a lot, wouldn't she? She's very, I'm trying to
Well-
think of, you gotta take a risk for an reward, right? Especially if you want to get some things out of it.
Arcturus, I will point out, you do know that the sending scroll cost 250 gold.
I I do.
You don't know the cost of a lower level spell, but a 3rd level is 250. I will just say that.
Okay. You know what, Andros? You can keep your money, but I'll ask you for a favor once.
A favor.
And you can
Is there
have
any-
the Butler Scroll for free.
So let me get this straight. What kind of possible things are we talking?
I'm not telling
Favor.
you. You just have to
Deal.
trust me.
Deal.
And I'll hand them the scroll.
Andros will take the scroll, and then he's gonna go, "Oh, Shion!" He's gonna start walking back up to the front.
Okay, yep. Before you do that, Arcturus, did you want to do anything else with your secondary scroll?
Can I... Well, I do know that it is a sending scroll.
Yes, yeah, you're aware.
So, yeah, it's not that I've not seen it before. I'll put it in my pendant.
Yeah, so you go into your pendant, put it in, come back out.
Come back out. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, not a problem.
And
yeah.
that's about it.
Awesome. Maeve, did you want to do... You're still doing your prep, aren't you? Yeah. So as you're doing the prep inside the wagon, the guard is kind of like watching you the entire time as you're like mashing bits into a mortar and pestle and like cutting bits up and putting them into like vials and then putting them back in your bag. And he's just like, what are you doing?
Making a potion? What does it look like I'm doing?
Wait, they put mushrooms in potions?
You don't put mushrooms in potions?
I don't make potions.
Oh my god, these people! How do you not
What?
learn how to make potions?
What do you mean?
How do you get through life? Like, you're just walking through a forest and
Do you know how
don't
expensive
see
a
all these
potion is?
ingredients? They cost mushrooms. Literal
It costs
mushrooms.
50 gold from the shop. Do you know how much
Could make
50
some
gold
real-
is?
No, but what I am realizing is that I could make a lot of coin.
Well, yeah, but how long have you got to do that for?
Couple of hours.
Oh,
How much do you get paid an hour?
well, on this job, quite well.
Right?
10 gold a day.
I could
5
make,
days, 50 gold. I could buy one potion.
Ah, great. I can make 2 in a day if I really wanted to.
What?
12 hours.
That's
2
like 100
potions.
gold.
Yep.
Right, I'm changing job.
I mean, I could try and teach you, but you do need to have a little bit of a... I don't know. Know nature a little bit?
Look, pass one
No.
of them here. I'll help you.
You can... Yeah, okay, careful though.
Well, no, you just chop it here.
Can I help? Can I guide him in this process? Can we do it
Sure.
together?
Sure, I will say it doesn't make your job take any longer, really, because you're just traveling anyway and you're just
Yeah.
preparing. But he very to begin with, he's enthusiastic because he heard how much money you can make from it, and as it goes on, he gets very bored very quickly and just gives up and lets you carry on. But yeah, he definitely starts and you
Did he-
guide him.
Did he make my job more enjoyable?
Sure, there was more of a social experience with it, I would say. Yeah.
I'll give him 5 gold. I'll pay him for his duty.
Well, thank you. Yeah. You sure? I don't really do a lot. I cut half a mushroom up.
You made me laugh. You guys are funny.
Thanks.
Socks, get off of Yusuf. As I see
Yusuf is
Socks-
like slouched asleep, and yeah, Socks is like in his man bun, like just in his hair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I like,
yeah,
go
just
get
like
a
pluck
twist,
him
like-
off the top. Yeah,
yeah.
and then yeah, carry on. As the guard is watching you cut up a mushroom with a mushroom that's alive beside you, and he's just like, He's looking at you, looking at Socks, looking at you, just like, oh my god, it's like cannibal.
He's a mushroom, but he's not the kind that we put in potions. He's from the
Right.
Feywild.
Oh, I've heard of that.
You have? Have you been?
No.
It's quite nice.
But you've been.
I've been once. It was great. Good time.
Oh. They have mushrooms that run around there.
Yeah, it's a long story, but
Does all the food run there or not?
I wouldn't try eating him as I pet his hat and like little puffs of
Yeah, a
like
couple of little
poison.
spores
Like,
come out, yeah.
I don't think you'd feel much better after even trying to take munch out of him. He's not food.
And I'll feed him?
Yeah, I'll pull out some leaves and nuts and whatever I have in my socks pouch, which I assume I just have a socks pouch now at this point.
Yep.
And
Pocket leaves.
The
pocket
socks
leaves,
pouch.
yeah. And I just give it to him, and I'm just, hold your hands out for him.
Yeah, and he starts with the way that you teach him, and then what he ends up doing is he gets a leaf and he like blows it, and it starts like going around the cart, and Sock's like running around trying to grab the leaf. And then he gets some enjoyment out of watching Socks running around chasing leaves. So yeah, he's very much entertained for the next few hours.
Great, great,
Yeah.
I assume I get the first half done of my
Yeah.
potion brewing.
You get your prep done for the first 3 hours of travel.
Okay. And Socks is happy, everybody's happy. I'm good.
Awesome. Andros, you approach Shion at the side of Guloin as they're riding along. Do you have the
Yeah,
thing in
he
hand,
actually-
just tapping it?
Before he gets up there, he's gonna take a look at
Yep.
the pendant because he hasn't had a chance to actually look at it. He's gonna
Yep.
look at it and see if like maybe it looks different, maybe something looks cool about
Roll
it, or
me a religion check.
I'm religious in any way, shape, or form.
You do not know.
Great.
What
What
this
does it
symbol
look
is?
like? Do I not?
I will tell you in just a second.
Thank
because
you.
I need to grab my notes. I didn't expect you to ask this. I don't know why I didn't, because I
know.
It is you know what? I'll tell you in a second. You have your RP with Shion while I grab my
Oh,
note.
okay. Andros is gonna walk up and he's gonna like, he's like, yeah, actually, he's gonna get up onto the cart and he's gonna try to squeeze next to Shion and try to like sit next to her, and he's gonna put an arm like not around her but like widely around, where it's like he's trying to give her like try to make this a conversation, and he's gonna go, dang, has anyone ever told you you just look immaculate today?
What?
I just had a fight.
Right.
I haven't had a bath in
Mm.
days. And
What
you
does that
tell
matter?
me I look immaculate? What are you plotting, Andros?
Plotting? I don't plot too much. Listen, I got some stuff. I had Arcturus look at it. Apparently this, and he's gonna pull out the scroll, and he's gonna like, give her a look. This is apparently a butler scroll, and I know how much you're very, you're a very high maintenance person. You need someone to maybe do some stuff for you in the morning. This could be very helpful to you, and I'm willing to part ways with it to you. And I think that we can think of a trade here for this mighty fine scroll.
Can I check if it's legit?
I
He doesn't
will
open
say, yeah, as you're holding the scroll on the front of the wagon, Erhard would now see you holding a scroll because
Thank you.
he is stood by the horses
That's
walking
fine.
alongside.
That's
yeah,
fine.
you see Erhard definitely
Yeah.
sees this. But
Yeah.
yes, you take a look. There does seem to be arcane flair on the scroll itself, Shion.
Can I check that?
Does
think-
Andros give you it?
Nope, it's still closed in my hand.
Okay. Okay, well, never mind then. A butler scroll, you say?
Yes. It is a butler scroll. And I'm
And-
willing to give this to you. So I'm not asking too much. I mean, you're a very, very well maintenance lady who probably has a lot of money from where you're from, and I think that I think this scroll could, be given to you for a little bit of coin.
And define not too much.
I mean, I think 30 gold could be very well traded off here. 30, 40 gold.
Right. And so I think I'm going to need a bit more information about this. I mean, I don't pay my what if this is it is a butler scroll. I don't assume it summons a real human, more like a spectral projection of
We're
such.
just maybe. I mean, Andros is then gonna open it and he's gonna let her read it. He's gonna try to hope that Arcturus didn't lie to him about this scroll, and he's gonna open it and be like, "Here, you can read it for yourself." And he's gonna keep a hold on it so she can't like take it. But
Roll me an Arcana check, Shion, as you look at it as a quick glance, just to see if you can read it. A 15, yeah, you can see that this is the spell Unseen Servant.
Can I just read it?
You want to cast it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you just cast the spell? Sure. I need you to roll me an additional charisma check, please.
Doesn't she have to hold it for that?
He's holding it out to her, so she could just read it out straight off. So yeah, I'd say so. I'd say
played.
yeah, you needed an 11, and you got a 15 again. So the scroll burns in your hands, Andros, and shrivels to nothing, and a form of, I will say for you, a very light, very transparent blue, like, ghost silhouette is just beside you, Shion, floating beside the wagon.
Oh, nice, Andros. You were right.
You haggled me. You absolutely haggled me. I was here trying to give you something nice, and now you just wasted a scroll.
Well, who's to say it wasted, darling? And I sort of look at this, the spirit, and I'm like, go fetch this lovely Loxodon man over here. The best dinner he can possibly find here.
What is this?
The blue spectral form floats to the back of the wagon. And at
Shion?
Taurus, you see a blue spectral form floating in the wagon.
Shion?
Can I do a check on that?
Isn't it unseen?
I will say you're in the wagon and they're at the front of it. You probably
I'll probably
saw
figured
her.
out what happened.
Yeah.
Can I just, sorry.
Yeah.
Isn't this called the Unseen Servant? Isn't that
Yes,
thing invisible?
but I'm going to say that you guys could see it because you guys cast it.
All right.
Yeah, that's how I'm arguing it.
That's so mean of you.
I reckon the cart is like this shapes like a bit.
Well, it's just there's no roof.
No,
You're
exactly.
just open to the elements in the back. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I
it
just want
just
to-
it floats over.
Peek over the front, and I want to see if I can cross either Shion's eyes or Andros's look.
Yeah, for sure. You're at eye line with both of them.
And I
Push
just
your peek
raise
over.
up an elbow, a brow, and I laugh, and I'm.
And you
so
just see
mean.
some various food items in the back start moving around, and then just a plate comes out of nowhere, and just stuff gets put on the plate.
And
legit.
I feel sorry for Andros, but at the same time, I'm loving this, so I decided to troll him a little more, and I give him a bag with 500 coppers in it.
Andros is gonna sigh, and he's gonna pocket the freaking copper, and he's then gonna pull out the pendant, and he's gonna be like, now, the first, fine, you haggled me there, that's fine, but now I have this piece. I don't know what it is. I figured maybe you or someone of the magical arts would know more of this, and maybe you want this as well.
Ask Erhard, darling. I have enough jewelry.
Dang it. Okay, and he's gonna just pocket the pendant. He's gonna put it in his If anything, I'll just use that to sell. I gotta get a lot of coin probably for hopefully my new blade to be coming up soon. Well, you haggled me this time. That's fine. This is not over. And Andros is gonna... He's then gonna mess around back, and he's gonna actually just put his arm around Shion and just have it there now as he's sitting there. And he's gonna pull her in and like kind of like make it very uncomfortable for her to sit. You're muted.
Thank you. Shion is sat up front with Galoin.
Yeah,
So where are you sitting?
I just jumped up there.
So you're just stood hanging on the side of the wagon?
Yep,
Okay,
yep. And I'm gonna
sure.
pull her. I'm gonna pull her with me, and she's gonna,
Okay.
gonna start trying to mess with her a little bit.
Unless anyone else wants to do anything, I'm gonna skip ahead some time. Is everyone good?
I
How
still love
long-
you, Andros.
How long does my identify thing
It
take?
takes
It's 10 minutes for
11
the ritual
minutes.
and one? Okay.
Yeah, 11 minutes. Yeah.
Is it, like, for the whole ritual caster writing down the ritual, can I do similar stuff to like what Maeve is doing, like split it up into different sections or something, or does it have to be one stretch of time?
For the identify spell.
No, I
It
mean
has
for
to
the ritual for the writing down the
ritual
scroll.
casting.
Yeah.
I would say you could do half and half. I'd allow that.
Okay.
But the money is you need implements to do that. So you need like paper and magic ink and stuff like that. So you'll need to buy that. Because you don't have access to it. Yeah.
Oh, I
'Cause
thought
to
I just
write it-
write it down somehow, but I guess I
No,
don't have a
Yeah,
quill
you need
or ink
the
or
the
anything.
gold increment is the resources needed to write it.
To write the spell.
Yeah. But you could get that in you would know you could get that in most towns. Yeah. Sure. So anything
Ask
else?
a quick
Anyone?
question.
Yes.
If I'm doing a herbal thing, can I also count it as a short rest to regain wild shape at the same time?
For sure. Yeah, you guys will have all had a short rest during this travel for sure. Maybe not Andros because he's hanging off the side of a cart, but everyone else, yes.
Okay.
Yep. But yeah, you guys start traveling throughout down the road towards Sardonis as night begins to hit, and you can see Sardonis off in the distance. It's not too far, but you know it's still going to be probably just under half a day's travel before you get there. You guys set up for the evening. Yes.
What's the date in
Today's date. Wait there. Wait right there. I have
I
it.
just want
in
to
a
make sure of
Google
something.
Doc. Yeah. Today's date is. Let me get my Google Doc. No one ever asks for the date. Why you do this to me?
Because there's something coming up, and I gotta freaking keep account of it now.
It is the 18th of Merrent.
Okay.
Today's date.
Yep, that's totally fine.
And in D&D world, it is Monday.
Thanks.
Just so you know. But yeah, I never named them different names, so it's still the same. So
Good.
yeah, it is Monday within, but it is the 18th of Merrent.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys set up for camp. The Silver Strings seem a little tired, seem a little exhausted. They don't pull out the wines this evening. They definitely they don't seem reserved, but they don't seem as lively as the previous night. May that be because they got into a big fight and some of them got pretty badly hurt. They definitely seem to be wanting to rest. Unless any interactions in the evening want to be made.
Andros is gonna walk over to Savaras, and he's just gonna kind of ask her if she's all right, if she's good, if she's like
can
feeling hurt. Yeah. He's gonna walk over her, and he's still a little he still gets a little nervous talking to like newer people, so he's gonna sit down, just gonna are you all right? That was a nasty fireball we took earlier.
Yes, it certainly was. I was surprised by you today.
Surprised. What do you mean?
Well, the man had already surrendered.
Right.
I didn't hear what you said, but
Plucky and Surge seem to think you said something along the lines of taking no prisoners?
Uh, I, I, I don't remember what I said. It was hours ago. I know it doesn't. Listen, we talked last night. You know about some things about me, at least. When it comes to combat and things of that nature, because of my past, at the end of the day, my actions caused someone's death. So I I would just be scared if I lost another person of that caliber.
But he was unarmed.
Right? Who's to say he wasn't gonna go and plot out a revenge? Or who's to say he doesn't leave, get more friends, come back, and the same thing happens again? At the end of the day, I'm not gonna let another one of my actions cause someone else's death.
Kill the man. Anyway.
At least
Right.
someone I care about.
I need to think about this.
Understandable. Sorry if my actions cause any weirdness. And Andros is gonna just kind of get up and
Before you do get up, she does grab your arm. I was just shocked, is all. That's the first time I've seen someone unarmed killed before me.
I don't do it to I do it for the intentions of
I understand.
people
You've
safe.
told me about Brasta, and you mentioned about your time in Fortis, and I understand that it's hard for you, but this isn't Fortis.
You say that, but no matter where you go in this world, I've come to find out there's always going to be people out there to try to hurt the people you care about. There's always going to be people against you. It doesn't matter.
I
I
understand, but were it that we were on opposing sides, and you had done that to myself or one of the others, without knowing the intent or reasonings as to why we were doing the things we were doing, it sounds to me like they were just trying to get back at those that got back at them. I know it's hindsight, and I feel terrible for the people that I killed. But I was killing them in self-defense.
the guy casting fireball didn't really seem to care about. I mean, what if one of them killed Sashara, or what if Surge got killed by one of them?
I agree.
We're putting in hypotheticals here. At the end of the day,
I just want you to be careful. If you tread down a path like this and continue going, you might wind up in a worse position than you're already in.
I've lived with my actions for 3 years by myself. I'm sure I can handle more. And he's gonna kind of pull away, and he's gonna walk to the cart and just kind of be by himself and just maybe sit with the owl for a while. Just maybe get his mind off of things.
Yeah, and as you go over there, you see her. She's like watches you walk away, and then she kind of like looks down and then just walks over towards Nashara. Did anyone else want to talk to anyone, or are you all happy to? Yeah, Maeve.
Few things. Um, well, maybe we'll have to go to the wagon. Hey, Andros. You good?
Hello?
Just pulling out a hunting trap because I didn't feel like carrying it any longer. You okay?
I'm pretty. I don't know. I might have messed things up again. Isn't that shocking? I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea of anything, Maeve. To be honest with you.
What did you do?
The guy today, he dropped his sword, and I wasn't thinking, and I killed him. And I guess now Savras might not trust me as much anymore, and if she doesn't, I can already probably imagine what the other people might think of me, but I don't know. I don't know.
That too, today.
Right, well, guess you got off the hook.
I was in a rage. That
I
just
saw.
goes anything that's in my way that's not my friends. And
I was right there.
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't really control that very well yet.
Yeah. Well, I can't control myself either, I guess, apparently.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's unfortunate people at unfortunate times. If it wasn't Yusuf, maybe we would have fought alongside them. Who knows? With the same goal at the end of the day.
Yeah. I guess that's true. Maybe.
Well, I'm gonna do a few things tonight, but if you feel
Yeah.
like talking, come hang out. I feel like we haven't had a laugh for a while. Everything's been so serious lately.
Yeah. I'll come talk to you later if anything.
Okay. I'm sure Socks misses you too. Remember when we tried talking to him in all languages that we knew?
Yeah. I remember that.
Right. I'll pull out the hunting trap. I don't know if I need to do a roll to set out the best place for it around the camp, but I will set it up somewhere where I feel like is best.
Roll me survival check.
Okay. 19.
Yeah, you set it up. You get some leaves and stuff over the top of it, so it's very well hidden.
Yep.
And it's just outside of the camp. Yeah.
Yep. I go back to the group and tell them where it is, just so they know not to step on it.
You tell everyone.
Everyone.
Okay.
If I get any weird looks, I'm more than happy to explain, but if not, I'm just gonna carry on. And sit by Taurus. Hey,
Well, Maeve. Hello.
I have a question.
A question on this late hour. Ask away.
You're the smart one.
Or so it seems.
I bought a few books a while ago, but I can't read them.
Books, you say?
Some children's books. One has like 2 gnomes on it. I don't know, some snow and whatever. The other one's got some animals on it. Would you can you teach me maybe? Would you spend a few hours with me? Maybe whilst I'm trying to make the rest of the potion?
Sure. Sounds like a lovely challenge.
Sure. Is that a thing? Can we do that? Can I?
So, are you learning to read or are you brewing the potion?
Well, or can we spend an hour doing one and then 3 hours doing the other thing? Like, I
Well, I would say you have an hour in total before everyone will start going to sleep, and then you have your 2 hours watch, which you can take so that you can get the 3 hours. So I think it'd have to, because to learn to read, you'd have to sit there and have the book in front of you and focus on it.
Can you do it in the cart, in the wagon tomorrow with me in the morning? We have a few hours of travel, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you have like
Yeah.
probably about 4 or 5.
Would you mind doing it with me in the wagon tomorrow?
Yeah, why not? It seems like you are occupied with other stuff, maybe a bit distracted by learning new things.
No, it's more. I'm halfway through my process. I haven't done this for a while, but I don't want my mashed up ingredients to go bad. It's best to sort of do within the same 24 hours, and I shouldn't do the brewing on the wagon because it requires some fire and horses and wood, and it's better to do it on the ground.
Yeah, horses don't do well with fire.
No, and I could tell them that it's okay, but it feels bad. Like, hey, here's this fire right behind you, but it's fine because I'm doing it. You know. So yeah, so I think it's best that I do it now. Also, there's the trap. We might have nice breakfast. I don't know. We'll see in the morning.
Oh, interesting. Can I have a look at those books?
Sure. I'll pull them out. Maybe you can. I don't know. Maybe you can do some prep work. I don't know how that works. I went to school, but I can't really remember anything. So
I want to know the titles of the books.
Okay. The first book is called The Fox and the Badger. The second book is called Twinkle Toes. Yes, I have them wrote down.
I'm impressed, man. I'm impressed.
The front cover of The Fox and the Badger is a fox wearing a fedora and the badger wearing a top hat. And they are walking together in a forest.
I point at the one with the fedora, and I smile at Maeve, and I say, I can see why you picked this book. Aldros might even like it.
I bought him. He never wears it anymore. I don't know if he still has it. I did buy him a fedora.
Oh, maybe he's wearing it at the ball. We never know that.
Maybe. I mean, I have mine, but I have the crown now, so it doesn't really fit well together.
In any case, you can hide your crown underneath the fedora, and then you'll be like besties, brother sister, maybe.
I was actually also thinking, it doesn't really look like a real crown, but what if I went up to Kingsley Taff and was like, "Hey, sir, I'm Princess from the Feywild." Haha.
That could be interesting. Maybe
I'll
you
just
should
do like a little Shion, like, charm person.
Oh, it seems you did learn stuff last night.
Mm-hmm.
I'm proud of you, Maeve. We can go with this, definitely.
Yeah, it's foolproof. Nothing can go wrong.
And
Absolutely
I
nothing.
obviously I laugh.
Yeah. Right. I will leave you be, and I'll set myself in a space where, obviously, if Anders wants to approach, he can, because it's a little bit more empty, and I'll set myself aside and brew my brew.
Roll me a herbalist check now, go!
I just press it. Yes.
Yep, and I believe you get to use your wisdom as your modifier for it. It'll ask for which modifier you wish to use. And it is wisdom. A 14! I believe that is a success. I'm pretty sure it is. Let me roll it up here. Yes, here it is. That is a success. So you spend 6 hours total to craft 1 healing potion. So you will have to take the first watch, but you will not really be able to watch. But you will be awake so that if the person who is taking watch spots anything, you can act. Is basically what it is.
Do I need to perception, or is it fine?
No, you don't get to participate in the watching because you're busy.
Oh, okay.
But you're awake so that if the other person spots something, you can react and help out if need
Sure.
be.
Okay.
So you're taking first watch. If no one else wants to do anything for the evening,
Yes, Shion
Yeah.
is going to her tent earlier than she normally would. She bids everyone good night. And she's probably gonna lock herself in a tent for a bit if that's possible, and she's gonna check out her poisonous kit because she hasn't really paid attention to it that much, and she thinks it might come in useful in the upcoming days.
yeah. So your poisonous kit, which has all the basic ingredients and stuff to start something. However, you do know that you will need items, ingredients similar to what Maeve has been collecting along the way, to create like a basic poison and other such things. You
How long does the butler spell last?
Oh, that lasts like 10 minutes.
Shit.
Yeah, it brought the plate of
It's like,
brought a plate of food over for Andros. Yeah, I assume
Bring
it
me
would have been like
poison ingredients, darling.
it would have been some additional it would have been some leftover breads and a few bits of dried fruit that was left over that you could
He didn't
find
eat
in
it.
the wagon.
Andros
Yeah,
didn't
I
eat
assume
He-
it just got
in
scattered.
despite, he just throws it out into the floors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So ungrateful, darling.
If Shion wanted to go and look for some ingredients around the camp, that would
Yeah.
definitely be a possibility.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
she's gonna do it a bit stealthy. I don't want people to
Okay.
to notice what she's doing, even
Roll
though it
me-
may be blatantly obvious. But
Roll me a survival check, and that'll determine what you manage to find in the local
that's
area.
very
around.
poor. Oh, it's...
A 12. A 12 is not too bad. Can you please then roll me 1d4? A 1. You do in fact find some ingredients, very common ingredients, that you know have poison-esque abilities to them. You do in fact find some. Let me just double check. Yes. You find some moonstalkers, which are a pale blue flower that usually grows in pairs, and they bloom only at night. Quite often, they are mistaken for a pair of glowing eyes, but because you know what you're looking for, you do see in the distance just one twin flower that has sprouted, and as you head on over there, you do successfully pluck it, so 12 is the DC, so you were lucky. You do successfully pluck it without damaging it, and yeah, you have one moonstalker, which you know can be used for the liquid paranoia poison ability, which basically is an ingested poison that inflicts the frightened condition on someone, and the next person they see after 5 minutes of ingesting it. Wow,
Ingesting.
that was really hard.
Ingesting.
Ingesting it, the first person that they see for 1 hour, they are completely petrified of. So yeah, it's basically it's kind of like a high. It trips you out, and the first person you come across after 5 minutes from ingesting it, yeah, they fear them, and they want to get away from them as best they can. But yeah, so you have enough ingredients now to make a liquid paranoia. But you do know it will take you about 6 hours to craft.
She is going to do it at night while everyone's sleeping.
The whole night?
She'll take the last watch. So yeah, it should be done by the time she starts her watch.
So you're not gonna sleep.
I'm not gonna sleep.
Okay, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, we'll come back to you in a second. You spend a few hours in your tent preparing the petals of the moonstalker, and yeah, we'll come back to you in a little while. The rest of you, who is taking first watch with Maeve?
I guess I can take first watch. with
Not a problem. Can I have a perception check from you, please, as the rest of you bed down for the evening?
Do I get to do it with Olaf?
Sure. Yes, I'll say yeah. So
whatever.
advantage. Yeah. A 20. Nice. As you spend the evening, scouting out the area around you, you notice that Yusuf sleeps within the wagon, whereas the guards share a tent outside of it. One guard does stand on watch for an hour, but then goes to sleep. So he doesn't do the full 2 hours. He then goes to bed, seeing you and Maeve up. The whole of the Silver Strings return to their tents for the evening. and yeah, you don't spot anything. There is a gentle breeze. It is still quite warm, even though the sun has completely crested around and the moon is coming out. There seems to be a warmness to the air tonight. And there aren't really any forests or trees around you. It's open plains, pretty much. But there's the occasional dotted tree around, but no wildlife. You see the odd bird fly about, and maybe like a rabbit in the far distance. But other than that, you have a pretty uneventful evening. At this, Maeve, you complete the production of your first ever potion created since being with the party. So make sure you add that on your sheet as a regular healing potion. And yeah, who do you two wake up next?
I guess I would look around for Shion and I don't know, Galoin, because she loves to sit with him in the wagon. On the wagon.
I'm busy. Don't disturb me. I'll take last watch.
Oh, okay. And well, I turn around and I guess I try to find Ondros.
Okay, so you wake up Ondros and Maeve. Who do you wake up?
Do I see? I see Erhard going over to Andros' tent,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, you see him go to Shion's, awkwardly turn around, and then walk over to Ondros's.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go to Octurus. I feel like
Okay.
if he needs light in his heart, then it's gonna be Octurus that he wants to talk to.
Sure.
And do you knock on a tent? I don't know.
Mm,
Octurus.
Just wiggle a little bit, like do a little shaky shake.
Flap the doors
Yeah,
a little
you
bit.
shake,
Yeah.
yeah.
You can just wake me as you did before, like a few episodes. Oh, Terrence, we need help.
Yeah.
I will actually wake Ondros very unkindly because I heard he had another scroll and he hid that from me.
Andros doesn't care.
And then I also saw him just give it to Shion and she used it and all that. So
Thank you for the wake
It's-
up, dude.
great stuff.
Appreciate
So I will send Olaf in there just to bite his trunk. And as I hear him snort, I will just say,
will
"Hey,
then
by the way,
take
it's
his
your
big
turn."
hand and smack Olaf with his hands as he's trying to bite him.
Roll me just a flat strength check, please,
Oh,
Ondros.
that's great. He wants to be like that.
Yeah, you hit Olaf. I believe Olaf has like 4 hit points, right?
Yeah, he's pretty much done.
Yeah,
for, I guess.
Olaf's half health.
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh, okay.
no.
The crit, double.
No, so it's 3 points of damage. Olaf is
Yeah.
still up. He's on 1 hit
Oh,
point.
does he?
As Olaf skitters out of the tent behind you.
I'll
Erhard.
teach him.
Yeah.
Andros
Sure.
rolls like one side of the tent and just looks at Erhard. Keep playing fucking games, and that bird is not going to be with you for a little bit.
It's
First
a
of all,
weasel.
it's not a bird. Second of all, the one
Oh.
who's playing games is always you. So just okay.
How about you go
Chill.
to sleep before I do the same thing to you as I did your bird?
Sure, you can try that next time you catch a fireball. Just chill down, okay?
And Andros will go sit down on the log and take his shift.
Okay, and Arcturus, you are gently awoken by Maeve.
Yeah, I hear like the soothing voice of Maeve, which are like the total different thing than what happened to the other side of the camp.
You're a ping of birds in the morning, but it's midnight.
Yeah, something like that. And thank you, Maeve. And I wake up and I sit with Andros by the fire.
And yeah, can I have a perception check from both of you, or one of you takes advantage?
Which
We got this, Andros.
We
Come
got
on,
this?
We got
Okay.
this.
I have great perception. What can I say?
Okay.
Yeah, you're happy I'm here. You got this as an I got this.
I got
Yep.
distracted.
Yeah.
Arcturus, what do you get distracted by? What is it that are you tinkering with your arm cannon things, your palm cannons?
Thoughts, actually.
Oh,
Yeah, I remember when Shion gave me the shot of fire, like the thing we found in the chamber, and I haven't touched it yet, and it's in my mind for quite a bit now, and I can't wait to do some investigation on it. That's why I'm distracted.
Yeah, just pondering, staring at it, looking at it with the flame flickering behind it of the campfire. And yeah, the glow is just like glistening towards you, and you're kind of entranced by this. And the cogs start turning of the planar travels and all of the portals and stuff. And yeah, you're enthralled. While Andros patrols the camp, very aware of his surroundings, and very similar to Erhard,
On
you hear. Oh, yes. You hear what sounds like a snap towards the back of the tents. A little ways off.
okay. Andros knows that Maeve set up a
Yep,
trap.
you would know it's that direction, yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna sniff and see if he can smell what it is. And
You can't smell what it is, but you know
I guess,
something's
yeah.
there, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. And Andros is he's gonna ignore it for now, as it he knows what's probably going on.
Mm-hmm.
And he has. Andros is gonna look to Arcturus, watching him like study this shard. Arcturus,
Yes.
you're a wise older guy. Back where you come from, I mean, were you like, I don't know, have you ever like met someone, you just met that person, but you really like, you start to really, you have a really good conversation with them, you start kind of liking them, but you just seem to can't, I mean, I don't know, it's just maybe in general, it's just general life things, you just don't seem to get things right.
Without looking up, still focusing on the shot, I answer. You're talking about the Diffling girl?
Not even just her. I mean, yeah, I mean, it partially is. I guess I was a little rude to her earlier, but she had a problem with earlier. The guy that I killed.
I put away the gem because I feel there's some tension going around in the air. And I sit up straight. Andros, I also saw what happened. And I was surprised. What made you do that?
It's okay. Listen, Arcturus. I trust you. You and Maeve mostly. More so, I feel like you just understand life things a lot more. You ever had like a friend who maybe fought in like things before? Like, did you have like an army back where you come from? Did you have friends that were in that sort of line of work?
Well, we don't have an army. Well, we do have protectors of the city plane. But no friends. It's different on the other plane. But we do have protectors. And some friends of me served in there. Yeah.
Did they ever share experiences with you about what they probably did?
Sometimes I heard happy stuff, sometimes I heard bad stuff.
Like, I don't know how to explain this. It's just I just it's hard for me to really think in the moments of fighting, and it's just fighting in general, just it I feel like I have to protect people more. I feel like I have to put a lot of work into it, be mindful what I do, think of what I'm doing, and sometimes I just do things in the moment because I'm kind of scared.
The things you do in the moment, not thinking about what you are doing, is... Do you have the feeling about zoning out? Like not perceiving anything you do, but you still do it?
When I get into that moment, it feels like I'm always thinking back to Brasta, my dad, to these things, and it just it drives me to that emotion that I have to do whatever it is. I didn't have to stay back and, finish off White Tusk, but I did it because I felt like I had to. I felt like I had to do it. Like, I had to do it to make sure you guys were safe. I had to do it to make sure that no matter what, there's no way he's gonna do anything to you guys ever again. And not only that, it feels like anything I do. Like today, I mean, that guy shot off a mean fireball, and I saw it hit, us, and I just felt, it just reminds me of that time. It just keeps reminding me that I have to, I just have to I have to be stronger than and just do whatever is necessary. If that means killing, that's just what I feel like is right nowadays. It's hard to not want to do that when everything else is on my mind.
I understand, because having the feeling that you want to protect someone by any case possible, by any means possible. Like, I had friends, I had family, and yes, I lost them as well. Could I have done things differently to protect them? Maybe I could. But in the end, some people go through it, and some people, they keep that feeling. And from what it seems, is that you have kept that feeling. That you could not save them. And that feeling stuck with you.
Right. It's just I feel like I should have had this stuff dealt with. I mean, it's been 3 to 4 years now since I've dealt with it. But then, I just I was living on my own, and it's so hard to really get rid of that feeling. And now I've traveled with you guys, and not even a week later, I have some. The past just came back. Brasta shows up, and now is following me, and I don't understand it. Now, it just seems like my past continues to just come back when I don't want it to be there, and I want to get over it. And it just feels like that wound isn't healing.
I know what you mean. Can I tell you a story of mine, Ambros? And this is a story I've kept to my own for a very, 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 very long time. Back on my world, I do have family members, but one in particular. I have a sister. And when I was in the laboratory doing the research, stuff happened which made me go here. I came through the portal.
Yeah.
What happened before is there was a fight. People tried to stop me from going in there. And the last thing I saw going into the portal was my sister with a sword on her throat. And I've never seen her before since then. I don't know what happened. I don't know if she's still alive. She might be dead. So, yeah, I know the feeling of not able to protect one another of harm. And we all have to find a way to cope with that. We'll find a way eventually. And I am glad you just told me this. It's a small step. But it can be a step of many.
Right. Just now I have to think of how I fix it with everyone else. I mean, Shion saw it. Zavras saw it. I mean, the whole Silver String saw it. I mean,
Oh, you know Shion. You know
Right.
Shion. She talks about slavery and such. She just sees them as asset.
right.
Whether you kill them or not. Shion might even sell them to Kingsley Tav himself, if she needs to.
Right.
Or Maeve. We don't know what she thinks about that. She might have even... Well, I think she hit the guy we interrogated pretty hard. I don't even know if it was her, but looking at the scratch marks, it's obviously this was not a sword. And for Erhard, well, we don't know that much of Erhard to make an opinion on that.
Right.
So don't bother too much about what others think. Make sure you are fine. And
Right.
if any, you can talk to me every time you want on this matter.
Yeah. Yeah. That. Appreciate that, Arcturus. I don't know. This journey has been very different. Something I never would have done if I was back in Fortis. And we kind of, that's something I appreciate you being around for, because it feels like, I have someone who understands not being home or actually near home in any, capacity in any matter. So
I think we are all far away from home. But
Yeah.
some of us are far further away from home than others.
And
Yeah.
as you say that, you start to hear some rustling from a few of the tents as you see Plucky emerge from his tent. And he like stretches like a big stretch, and then he sees you both there, and he's like,
Oh, was I no? Do you need 5 minutes?
It's fine. Do you need something, Plucky?
Well, we realized that we met you guys yesterday. We spoke about it on the road, and you did all the watches, and we just slept in. So we decided to do the latter half for you all.
Gotcha.
I
appreciate that.
realized that was totally on us. My bad.
Yeah, no.
So I'm a light sleeper anyway, so I knew that I could wake up at a time. I just now need to try to wake Nashara up, and then Savras and Surge will take the last one if need be.
Can you do something for me when you wake up Savra? And Andra's gonna pull out the pendant, and he's gonna hand it over to Plucky. It's not much, but I'd appreciate it if you gave that to her. And I apologize for my actions today.
What is it?
I don't know, to be honest with you.
and I would say as you look at it now, what you did see earlier
Yeah.
is it's an eye. It's a silver, not an actual eye. It's like a symbol of a silver outline of an eye, and then in the center is a tiny little blue stone where the iris of the eye would be.
Yeah. That is a charm, or no, not a charm. It's a necklace. I don't know what it does. I figured it has something magical with it. She probably knows more about that than I do. But how I think of it is, she's a tiefling. She's blue. The thing in there is blue. The eye is around it. It's just let her know that.
Oh, I totally understand.
I have my eyes on her.
You're
Not in a weird way, but in as in like
Andros, I will tell you now, stop talking. For starters, that would be the best start.
Right.
Secondly, if you wish to tell her something, just tell her. Thirdly, maybe the next time there is a man that you wish to kill, uh, trust me, kill him when others aren't looking. Would be my
Got
suggestion.
it. Got it.
I have done it many a time. Just take them round the back. It's fine. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
I just don't want you
Personally,
guys thinking less of
personally,
me.
you killing him, I would have probably done it anyway. You saying we take no prisoners, that was a little weird.
I
But
don't listen.
It's
That's
to their own. Look, I'm
yeah.
look. I am from the Kajami jungles.
I don't know where that is.
It is a very barbaric place there.
Yeah.
The borders Quirin, and you know what the Quirinese are like. They like slaves.
Yeah,
Your friend
yeah.
Shion, I'm sure she's told you all about it.
Yeah.
But what
yeah.
I'm trying to say is, you killed a man. I couldn't give a shit.
Okay.
The others
Does she
were
give a
little- Well, it's not every day that you see a surrounded
Yeah.
man stabbed through the back while
Listen,
one whispers
just-
into the ear of him.
Just
you know?
tell Savras that the necklace is for her.
I will give her the necklace. I will say it is from you and that you wish to speak to her.
We'll
There
go
we go.
with that. And Andros would
It's
just
fine.
go back to his tent, like looking.
And last thing, I don't know if
Yeah.
you saw it, but when I cut myself magic, that is
That's dope as fuck. by the
yes,
way.
blood magic. Kind of not frowned upon. Kind of frowned upon, like everywhere. Don't
Yeah.
mention it, please. In like big
Listen.
crowded
I
places.
apparently have necrotic magic, so we both share something in that. in
Right,
that.
you've told me your dark secret. I've told you mine. Now we
Exactly.
don't share it with anybody.
And now
and
we're
you,
good
Arcturus,
friends.
You Arcturus, no.
He
please
knows.
don't tell
He
anyone.
knows. He knows about my dark secret, so he's very trustworthy.
I stand up, listening to all of this. I walk to
Lucky.
no, Andros first.
Oh.
I'll slap him on the shoulder. Well done, buddy. Well done.
Thank you. Yep.
In a very, very sarcastic way.
Yep. Thanks.
And I look at Plucky, and well, we all heard probably Shion yelling about "get the fuck out of my tent" to Erhard.
Oh yes,
Yeah, you better
right,
not
I must have
disturb
got
him.
lucky.
You better
What?
not disturb his this time unless you want to die.
Wait, me?
Yeah.
She thinks, yeah. But hey,
What do
I
you
will
think
tell you
I
this.
am?
I'll tell you this though. She's definitely into you.
Well, I know that. Look at me.
Exactly. See, we gotta work together, right? So you're trying to go after
All-
Shion. I'm trying to go after
my friend, all I'm
Savras.
saying is,
Yeah.
you saw the state I was in, and she still came to my tent.
Yeah, exactly. And so you should be able to help me out with. Listen. I just want to let this be known. I
It'll
want to.
be fine.
Right, do you know something I don't?
Well, Savras has been with a few guys in her time. Some of them have
Yeah?
not been the nicest of people. And you seem like a good egg, apart from the fact that you whisper into
It
people's
was
ears.
It was a
None of them.
mistake. It was a
But,
mistake. It was a mistake.
like I said, I personally, look, if I was Savras, I would have been like, it's fine, he killed a person. But Savras is Savras and not me. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to date you, so unfortunately, I
She's trying to date me.
no, but I feel like you're trying. No, anyway,
Andros,
Yeah.
do I
ultimate-
hear your grandma calling? And I walk away.
Andros gonna walk back to his tent. He's done. He's gonna go sleep for the night.
Oh, Andros, you owe me a gold, and then he walks off.
Gold for what? Andros is like, he's so confused. For what? And he's gonna just go back to his tent.
Yep. Yeah, they begin their night's watch. And hours pass, and at this, Shion, can you roll me a poisoner's kit with intelligence, please? It helps if I'm looking at the rolls. How do you roll 15 like every time?
Don't know.
You've rolled like so many 15s today.
Except
but-
when it's ascending scroll.
Yes, that is true. But yes, a 15 is what you needed. So, well, not exactly. You're higher than what you needed. But yeah, you managed to successfully craft a poison, which I called it something a minute ago. Liquid paranoia is what you managed to craft with your moonstalkers. So you've used your moonstalkers up, and you've used one use of the poisonous kit up. But yes, you have got a liquid paranoia. It is ingested, so you can put it into another liquid like a tea or a drink or into food or anything like that. And then, yes, the person that eats it 5 minutes later, the first person they see, they have pure fear for them as the drug starts to take over and poison starts to take over and infect their mind with like trips of this person, and then they are extremely scared of that person for 1 whole hour. So yeah, that is what you have created. Make sure it's on your sheet, because you never know when you might need it. Oh, ball. So yeah, at that, you guys have a long rest minus Shion. Shion, I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please. You unfortunately suffer 1 level of exhaustion. Which means, and I will just double check on exhaustion because we haven't actually come across this yet in this campaign. You have disadvantage on all ability checks.
Yikes.
Right.
Just so you know. So make a note of it somewhere, please, so that we can remember. And I am going to cut to break, as I think that's a great time just before you guys wake up in the morning. So guys, go grab some drinks, go grab some snacks, do all that good stuff, pop to the loo, whatever you need to do. That rhymed, wow. And, we'll be back in like 5-ish minutes. Take care. Back in 5. Bye-bye.
Enjoy clips.
Enjoy clips.
Ashriel.
The way that you say that, it almost sounds like you're calling me an asshole.
What's an asshole?
I approve.
It's Ashriel.
Passionate sounds fine.
Think of L'Oreal, but Ash at the beginning.
Maybe it's because you're worth it.
Well, I am.
I'm sorry.
Ashriel, I believe
Yes.
the gnolls and the villagers can cook.
Bud and Dud's Christmas edition song comes across the radio.
Oh, that's cool. Clap your hands, y'all! Clap your hands, y'all! It's Bud and Dud! We're here to stay! Yeah! Oh! Make the music slay! Yeah! Oh! Yeah! Bud and Dud!
Jingle those bells! Jingle those bells!
Woo!
And before I stand up, Melody is clearly humming in herself, like, woodworking, let's get coal miners, let's make not a misery, nobody gets hurt. oh, wait, I'm coming.
We'll put one of my CDs in that one, don't you worry!
Eggnog, you're up.
Yes. I should be able to actually, like, I'm gonna follow Bud because, you know, I saw him running over there. So I'm gonna go over here, which is like 2, 3, 4, 5, right?
rip, Eagle, oh god.
Okay, and then I'm gonna attack the 2 gingerbread thingies. With my short sword, which I renamed to Short Candy because I thought why not. And I will go for a sneak attack.
Am.
And
Got you good?
if it's not dead, I will also attack it with my
Oh, well, good for you. This my sack. And he moves his cloak, and you just see a dagger handle. And he just looks at you and he's like, "You want sack?"
Here's it up, darling.
I kill monster, remember? Or Grognak no silly, or Grognak most intelligent.
Ross?
Yes, when you need, mate.
Have you seen socks? I can find them anywhere.
Oh my god, if you gave me some Starbucks, maybe I'll tell you his sizes.
Well, what's a Starbucks?
Oh my god, you don't know what Starbucks is? This girl's from Wacky Town. Oh my god, like, and listen, Starbucks is like the best thing ever created. Like, oh my god, back in my tribe,
We had so much Starbucks. Starbucks every fucking day. So tell me, listen, lady, just listen. If you give me some Starbucks, you know where the towns are. Just give me some Starbucks, and I will give you socks.
What do you mean you'll give me socks, Don Ross? What are you on about?
Listen, I might know where Socks is, but because me and Socks were having my last cup of Starbucks. Oh my god! And let me tell you something. If you just give me some Starbucks, some more, I will give you socks.
Oh, I'm so honestly, this is just Lan speaking. I'm so nervous. I've been fucking nervous all week for this. Why? For fuck's sake!
As you cast the spell, it burns. It burns before you. The scroll
Sorry, what
burns,
was that?
The scroll burns before you in a blue flame and dissipates.
Somebody clip that.
Hearing that his brother had got him a gift, such a cool, excellent gift, his heart stops and he just vanishes.
Are Dud gonna whip the weapon in his hands, blow the smoke? And I want to know this. I saved Christmas. Santa owes me a big reward for this.
You saved Christmas?
I did.
And as you're all stood, then it's the gingerbread men's turns, who start ripping their limbs off and throwing them at you.
Two books I think were pretty good. And then, afterwards, I kind of heard that they like rushed the author.
Oh no! We have it!
no!
Yay! Our first one! Our first one! Finally! Do you want to be famous?
Yes! You'll never be famous.
Yeah, I don't know. Like for me, I didn't like the last couple books out of the Aragon one.
Nature, yes.
It has a magical nature of it. Yes.
Oh wait, let me just cat, shut up. There we go.
Also, do you have some animals walking around here?
Yes, my cat, Mittens. It's just over there. He's playing with his favorite toy.
Oh, bless you, cat.
He's lovely. Oh, he answered.
It's a very responsive cat.
Yes, tell me about it. But yes, follow me to the arcade section. Like I said, there's a limited Mittens. Come along then, and he leads you to the arcade library. In this public library, there is only a small section because. You can go this one, yeah, that'll be fine. Because if you go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, yeah, that's actually just bang on.
Yeah, all right. I'll move there.
Okay,
I'll
yeah.
just, I don't know, check the surroundings or like just, I'm aware of something more.
Yeah, you can hear more and more stuff coming from this way.
Good. Yes. I guess.
At the end of that, Melody.
Yes.
Santa, can you please shoot Santa?
Did you see Santa? Ho, ho, ho! That is where the curtains close.
Melody is just drooling. Melody is drooling, guys.
And that is the end of the session, guys. It went on way later than it was meant to. I'm really sorry, but I wanted to finish that up. So yeah, thank you very much for sticking around. That was fun. Chat.
And this time, the hum is very silent, but hearable for everybody around. Here we go. Here we go. Let me out the cage. People make my head go round, ending in error.
Hello. Welcome back. What snacks did you get? What drinks did you get? I didn't move from my seat, so I still have the same drink I did. What does everyone else got? I see Doritos. I see water. Just like a piece of ham. Gin. Cider. Nice brothers is very nice. Rhubarb's good.
Yeah.
What did everyone in chat get? I know
Bacon's having great bacon. Nice.
Usually, some people have some crazy stuff. Who is it that normally has crazy stuff? Is it Oakham?
Amma.
Amma has
Amma's
the-
the one that always has the weird
Emma has the
snacks.
weird ones.
And then there's Nacho Havoc.
Nacho Havoc.
This stream is brought to you by Nacho Havoc.
Amma normally does. Wait, toffee, candy, and an oatmeal cream pie?
Those are so fucking good.
Ooh,
That
Tim.
What's
sounds
the
like
oatmeal cream pie?
Yeah, I don't know what the last bit is, but it sounds nice.
Give it
That
to me,
sounds
Tim.
You have
weird.
chocolates.
Give it to me,
Here's
Tim.
Amma. See, I knew Amma. What snacks have you got?
Give it to me,
Amma's
Tim.
always got crazy snacks.
Tim, give it to me.
Why?
I want
Is
it,
that a
Tim.
thing? Amma, what are you eating? Come on, tell us what you've got, and we'll decide whether I'm the weird
You
snack.
are.
We'll judge.
Apple and curry. Come on.
Yeah, that's so weird. But yes, thank you for coming back. Thank you for being patient. We are going to carry on. We are going to, you guys awake from your slumber. Galoin, as always, being the little brave soldier he is, gathers up all your things, gets them back in the wagon, brushes the horses down, brushes the wagon down, makes sure to get some pocket leaves for socks, and feeds the owl before it goes for its sleep during the day. And everyone else starts piling into their wagons. The guardsmen pack up their tent, put it on top of their wagon, start sorting their horses out, and Silver Strings get all their stuff together into their wagon as well. Did anyone want to do anything? I saw multiple hands.
Can I maybe? No. Is anyone riding with Yusuf?
There's one guard that sits in the wagon with Yusuf, and then there's a guard on top that rides the wagon.
Okay. Because I was just wondering if maybe it would make sense to sit with him and just have a chat, since
You could totally do that.
he said he was in Sardonis before, right? And he got exiled.
If you want, he's feeling better today now that he's rested. So if you guys wanted to chat with him, he would be more than happy to walk alongside the wagon just to talk to you guys for a bit.
Yeah, could be cool
Yeah,
if he
request
maybe does that and
Sure.
tells us a bit.
Yeah, Yusuf,
yeah.
during the earlier hours of the travel, will walk alongside the wagon with you. Maeve, what did you want to do?
My trap.
Ah, your trap. Yes, you find a very small wild pig, which has been caught in the trap as it was running around at night.
It's still alive.
It is dead.
Oh, it's dead?
Yes, it bled out because it was stuck in the trap, and the trap is a metal trap.
And
which killed it,
nobody
Uh-huh.
told me.
Yep. So the creature bled out in the night.
Yeah. Right. Well, it's still looking fresh, right?
Yes, totally edible. Yeah.
Yeah. I clean it as best as I can, all the dirt, basically, all the weird of, and stick it in our.
Refrigerator.
Does it fit in the, or do I need to?
Yeah, it's only a small one. It's not like a
Yep.
big, massive one. Yeah.
Yeah. We're having bacon for lunch, guys.
Great. Andros is gonna walk in the very back this time. Basically behind the Silver Strings cart.
Okay.
And he's just gonna be like trying to think of words. He's just gonna try to think of how to talk about something. And he's just gonna use that. That's what he's gonna be doing throughout the day.
Okay. Well, as you all start setting off, Yusuf walks alongside the tent. I believe you wished to speak to me before we arrived in Sardonis.
Yeah. I believe you were in Sardonis before. Like, you have history with Kingsley.
Indeed, yes. As I believe you already are aware, was a famed adventurer, swordsman in my time. And Kingsley saw it fit to request jobs to be done by myself. I refused him. And in doing so, he took great offense. He then deemed me unworthy of my name and title at the time, and tried to shame me by challenging me to a duel. I once again declined, until he told me that I wasn't allowed to leave until I fought him. As you can imagine, fighting a lord with such an arrogance, beating him and losing to him,
are both a loss in my part. So, to keep my name upheld, I decided not to hold back. And I embarrassed him and beat him. In doing so, he told me that I was not welcome within his lands for 15 years. That was easily 17, 18 years ago. I haven't returned since. Arkenvale is the closest I've ever come.
So, I mean, obviously it's long ago, but anything you can tell us about Sardonis? General layout, any
Well,
sightseeing for
sightseeing,
people
not
like
so
us?
much. I would say Sardonis is a walled town. The walls are high and there are gates into it. Maybe 20, 25 years ago, Kingsley came into power, and around the time in which we dueled was the creation of the Alabaster Knights. They are a group of thugs and brigands, mainly, that he's put into nice suits of armor that he parades around the town. Initially, they were to protect the Boar's Run, to my knowledge, and the borders of northern Arantis. However, from what I've heard in the recent years, the Boar's Run lies empty of guards, and he now uses what he once patrolled the run to collect taxes from his people. A rise in prices for everything is in Sardonis. I have also heard word that many traders that come from the Elenaston forests and Craddock are turned away, or worse, they vanish before or after they arrive in Sardonis. Kingsley is cut off the trade route to Arkenvale, and just as Arkenvale were to do something a few months back, suddenly the sinkhole appeared in Erendel. Whether the two are connected, I have no idea, but it definitely seems convenient.
Seems like more than a coincidence, yes.
I would say Kingsley has eyes and ears in Arkenvale.
Surely he does, for the reputation we heard of him.
He's not a nice man.
Yeah. Well, I guess that helps to a degree. For us to find a way around town, maybe.
I will say, you asked yesterday, it was a little fuzzy for me, but you asked yesterday of perhaps coming to the ball?
Yeah, potentially.
I'm more than happy to have you accompany me as my retinue of guard and advisors. However, you're definitely going to need outfits.
I was planning on it.
Good. And showers before.
Note taken.
There is, from memory, years ago, an excellent tailor within Sardonis. I'd check it out.
Does he have a name?
Well, when I was there, it was run by, a Torillian Blossomgale. Tiefling man. He was very young at the time. He works at the Silken Thread. But, I will inform you, it won't be cheap. You may rent from him or purchase it directly.
Oh.
But yes, other than that, there are various stores there, but again, if the taxes have gone up, I imagine the prices have increased, so it might be, not particularly cheap. There was Mortimer's Magics, when I was there, which was a, enchanter and magic shop. There was the Obsidian Hilt, which from the sounds of it, may or may not be open. but it was run by a different person. Apparently, this Malachi is the one that now runs it. And there was the alchemists, the Griffin's Pestle. He was a gnomish man. He was in his late 200s when I was last there. He may still be running the shop, if it's still in his name. Other than that, there are many rules and regulations within Sardonis. Just please be careful.
We always
will-
are.
You most likely will be handed a letter of the rules and regulations upon entry. Well, on another note, there may be a few faces that you recognize upon entering. I did see a couple of days before I left, Sigbert, Henry, and Gorelia are all attending the ball. I also saw a couple of the council members of Arkenvale also attending the ball. I don't know if you've met any of them yet. As well as one of the archmages from the Trispires. So there will be many important people there, and I would be on my best behavior, especially if Eliash is the one that is arriving.
Who is Eliash?
Eliash is the head of transmutation in the Trispire. She is the one that is in charge of the Vermilion Valkyries. Not a figure to upset, let's put it that way.
Alright.
But yes, other than that, simply I heard him mention a Yarrick. I assume that's Yarrick Brokenstone, which is the captain of the Alabaster Knights. He is a hobgoblin. He is the one in charge of the Alabaster Knights and right-hand man to Kingsley Taff himself. I am unaware of the other names that were mentioned. This Lena, whatever her name was, I do not know of her.
Alright.
But yes, that's all, pretty much all the information I have. May I ask, why are you coming to Sardonis?
Well, personal business, let's say.
Well, if you are accompanying me as, how do I put it, adversaries to this ball, I think it would only be fair if you informed me of your dealings. You seemed interested in going to the ball, but did not tell me why. Is it to meet Kingsley?
We need to meet him, that's true.
Why?
Because he might be connected to the orb that we were looking for.
I thought you believed it to be within Arkenvale. Last we spoke, you were to check the criminal organizations, no? The Crooked
Yeah.
Clasp and the Requisition?
And it was made a condition that that we find a way to deal with Kingsley. So we're gonna have to meet him first.
Deal? What do you mean by deal?
That's to be determined.
I cannot have no part in you killing Kingsley Taff at his own ball. Is that what you're intending?
I'm personally not intending to, but you never know what trouble we get into, unfortunately.
I'm afraid if you are going with the intent of harming Kingsley or doing such a thing, I cannot have you as my retinue. If you are to enter there and cause a disturbance or a scene, that is my name tarnished.
We are heavily aware of that.
I believe you need a conversation with your group before you seriously consider this. I will tell you now, this will not be an easy task. You are going to an event with hundreds of people where Kingsley Taff is the main event, let us say, to this event. All eyes will be on Taff. It will be within his home, with his guard. If you are planning on killing him, that will be treason to Sardonis. You are aware of this.
Yeah.
Punishment for killing a lord is death. Public execution. I think you need to think long and hard.
Cool.
And Yusuf very awkwardly just keeps walking for a while, and then he walks back to his wagon, and he looks back at you, and then climbs into his wagon.
Do we
Does
hear all of
anyone-
this?
Yeah, does
by the
anyone else
way?
hear this being said?
Ahad did say he wanted it by the wagon, so
Yeah.
I would say Ahad and Yusuf are walking side by side talking, and you guys are in the wagon nearby.
We could hear it then.
So we heard
Yeah,
it
you-
all.
I'd
Probably
say
except
you
for
hear
me.
maybe 75% of it.
Oh my lord. Okay. Andros in the back though, so he probably wouldn't hear, right? In the very
Andros-
back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shion's asleep.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Andros is gonna. He's gonna take out the Dawn Shard and start looking at it as he's walking in the back, because he's trying not to make it look obvious that he's thinking. But he's very like you just see him saying things in his head, and he's just trying to think of his good thing, and he's kind of gonna keep trying to think what he should say.
Actoris. Hey,
Yes, Maeve.
we're never gonna harm him at the ball, right?
I
I
don't think
whisper.
that was the intention. At least not at the ball.
No. We can't have the town know if he dies, it was us.
Well, what do you want to propose? Kill Yusuf?
No. What? I thought you were smart.
Well, you implied that nobody should know. Now Erhard told Yusuf, so Yusuf is the only witness.
The mission
We're
was
not-
never to kill him.
We're not gonna kill Yusuf though.
No, but the mission was also never to kill Kingsley.
Oh,
It's to get his place of the throne.
exactly. And you know Erhard.
I know is we take the throne away from him.
We don't have to kill them, but
I didn't say kill.
No, but you made it sound like we were going to.
I said deal with him. He made conclusions.
well,
We're
deal
meant to
with
get
them
close
in
to him.
Andros pops in. We're killing somebody? Who are we gonna kill?
in this world, Erhard, dealing with somebody is getting rid of him, mostly without a head.
How is it? Whoopsie.
Sigh and knock on the. Is the I'm guessing the wagon door is shut. As the.
Yusuf's wagon?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd have shut the door when he went in.
Yes.
It's Maeve.
Come in, yes. And he opens the door so you can climb in.
I overheard your conversation with Erhard earlier, mostly.
Right.
You seemed a bit shocked.
Well, I don't know exactly what he was proposing, but from the way he worded it and didn't deny it, it sounded like you are intending on killing a Lord of Arandis.
We saved your life yesterday.
Yes, of
I
course.
feel like we can trust you.
Wait, just...
And
Maeve, I offered my services previously for finding the orb. I only wish to help, but
I don't need you to help us in this in any physical way. I want you to know that what we want to do at the ball isn't, we're not intending to harm him. Our intent isn't even necessarily to kill him. We're supposed to get him off the throne. What we want to do is get close to him. Hopefully quick, because we have a deadline.
Well, make him leave Sardonis then, I guess.
Does he have collateral?
Well, it's difficult to say. He's a very private man. If you could somehow get him to leave, embarrass him, shame him.
He must have come from somewhere.
Well, his father, originally before his passing, ran the Ashendale breweries.
Right.
They hated one another.
Great.
I'm sure there are many people that hate Kingsley Taff within the city. Many people that are attending this ball hate him, and I'm sure many of those that work closely beside him hate him. You just need to find them. The ball is the best place to learn about him.
Exactly. We don't want to put you in a position where you'd feel we'd put your name to disgrace.
I am more than happy to help however I can. If that's getting you in the door, that is fine by me. I just cannot have you as my adversaries upon invitation if you intend to openly murder him at the ball.
Intend to openly murder him at the ball. I don't think we will be dressed to go into a fight either. Most of us won't be wearing armor.
Yes, that was my next question.
I mean, I'm fine.
You will all be checked upon entry.
Yes, but, you know, if you can shapeshift into a bear, you don't need armor.
Yes, I did. I wasn't aware you could do that. That's rather impressive.
You know, you live, you learn, and I guess you shapeshift too sometimes.
Right.
But yeah, just to put your mind at ease, we're not planning on directly just doing that at the ball. I think what Airhead means is if things were to come to the worst, then you never know. We would put up a fight and probably not run. But that's not the intent.
Well, I hope you can resolve this without a public brawl, let's put it.
Yeah.
There will be many eyes on Kingsley Taff there. There'll be many eyes on you. Strangers to a party. And people that have recently done good deeds in Orantis. Word is already traveling of the Ironwood and Ashendale. Soon, word will be traveling of whatever exploits you've recently got up to as well.
If you look at us as a whole,
Yes.
what do you think of?
I think of young minds entering a cruel, bitter, and twisted world. I think of a strange, eclectic group that seem to be doing mostly good deeds. You helped my nephew out, after all. You didn't need to do that. You saved his life. You escorted a wagon from Caress to Arkenvale, meanwhile saving Woodstock from its bandit invasion in the Ironwood and saving Ashendale from a gnoll invasion in the mountains.
Been a busy few weeks.
It certainly has. And you're all strangers, so, like I said, an eclectic group. And you're very vibrant. like, Arcturus is blue, Andros is a Loxodon, Xion is from Quirin. You're from somewhere and turned into a bear.
Yeah.
And Erhard is a magical practitioner of sorts.
He does some magic.
I don't think
and
I've actually seen anything really from him so far. But
he did this one cool
he
thing
seems okay.
he did this really cool thing in the sinkhole. He blasted like 7 list
Sinkhole?
the sinkhole in Arkham
Arundel.
Arundel. That's it.
Wait, you went to the sinkhole in Arundel?
Oh, we went in.
In it.
We found, oh god. Long story short, we went in, fought a bunch of lizard things, found some fire elementals, found the portal to a fire elemental plane, destroyed that, took some shots of it. Somebody saw
Wow.
me in my dream. I can now shapeshift into fire animals. It's great. But yeah, we lost a few
Sorry,
people on the way.
whoa. You fought fire elementals here
Yeah,
in Arantis.
in the sinkhole.
I thought they were only the Southern Veritas.
Well, there was a portal there from straight into the plane of fire.
As if
Don't know who put it there.
Yes, that is very strange. My
It
only
seems-
encounter with fire elementals was in the Quirinese lands.
Yeah, Xion did say it's very hot there.
Indeed, yes. In many of the ruins, they worshipped some of the more elemental deities, and let's just say, upon my dungeon delving, I may or may not have come across a few fiery foe.
They do say that she was like looking at that portal for a long time. She's like mesmerized by it.
Yes, I can imagine so. Planar travel is beyond me and has been my entire life, although I would love to maybe one day travel a little more.
But yeah, the sinkhole, we went there. They weren't sure why it happened, but we hope that closing up the portal may have stopped the cause of the lizard coming up through the hole, causing havoc outside.
Well, some seem to think it's a natural disaster. Others seem to think it's a ploy.
Boy, who would do such a thing?
I don't know, maybe the Lord of Sardonis.
Kingsley?
I'm not implying he did, but I'm certainly not implying he didn't.
How would you do that, though?
I have no idea. But that man has a wealth of coin and an entire force of Alabaster Knights at his side, as well as external people that come and go. I've heard recently he's had dealings with the Wildlands.
The Wildlands are not far from here.
Well, the Wildlands are, yes, they are the eastern border of Verantis, where there are no rules. It is a lawless land, and any that live there can do as they please. There is the Crossroads Tavern, which is the
We
only
take him
place...
there. That's where we kill him.
Sorry?
That's where we kill him.
That's where you kill who?
If we need to, that's where we take him.
How do you plan on getting
I
him
don't
out
know.
of- Very well, I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that. I have a lot to think about, Maeve, and I really appreciate the conversation and you informing me of your good deeds, but please think about this carefully.
Well, of course we will. We have Octorus. I'm sure he'll figure it out.
He has roughly 100 Alabaster Knights at best. They will not all be at the castle, because some do a perimeter of the northern border, but many are now tax collectors and guards for the castle. But be careful.
Yeah. I appreciate the talk. I didn't mean to scare you there. I just get excited about things.
Yes.
You know that.
Yes. Well, I appreciate. Anything else? Or
Yeah, we're having bacon for lunch.
right?
Fresh. Yeah.
Are we stopping?
Well, dinner then, whatever.
Right. Well, we should be in Sardonis in just a few hours.
Mhm.
And as you leave the wagon, if there's nothing else, we will cut to you all arriving at the gates of Sardonis. And as you do arrive at the gates of Sardonis, you can, you know what? I'll drag you over to the map because you guys haven't been there yet. You should be able to see everything of Sardonis. And you guys are at the bottom. And as you arrive towards Sardonis, you do see very high 12-foot tall walls that surround the entire perimeter of Sardonis. And as you do, you start coming up through the farmlands, as there are various barns and wheat fields and barley fields. There are cows, horses, sheep all around in these hilly areas, and there are small little pockets of forest land just dotted around the outskirts. And as you guys come on up, you see all manner of folk walking about. In this area, there are definitely more peasant-like people, and there is a small little village on the outskirts of Sardonis, which doesn't have the protection of the walls. But as you pass on up through, you start getting closer and closer to the gate, and you can see these white, full-plate armored gentlemen with a flowing golden and white cloak, with a pointed helmet with two golden, like, plumed feathers coming off of the sides of it. On the front chest piece, you can see what looks to be like a shield, with inside of it, you can see what looks to be like a lion's head. And the lion's head is wearing a ruby-encrusted crown. And all of them are wearing the same regalia, and even the horses are wearing some armored parts around the neck and the harness, as well as the saddle and around the rear end of the horse, and that's all in white and gold as well. And you can see these guys have lances as well as sword and shield as well, and they're all just kind of like sat just watching people coming and going. And as you get towards the gates, you see a large metal wrought iron gate with golden and white filigree all across it. And yeah, as you approach the gates, all three of your wagons roll up to the gates. And yeah, you turn up, and one of the guardsmen walks on over, and he's like, Good evening there, ladies and gentlemen. Can I ask for your business entering Sardonis at such a time?
And as he says that, Yusuf climbs out of the wagon, and Yusuf walks over to him, and you can hear the two muttering. And he points towards your wagon, and then he points towards the wagon behind, and you hear him say, my company and the Silver Strings, we travelled together. And at that he says,
Well, Yusuf, the Smiling Giant Inn is the fourth building along the main road as you enter. I hope you have a pleasant stay.
And as he says that, you just hear him shout something back, and the gate starts to winch open as you all start to progress on through into Sardonis. And as you do, you can see brown and red tiled rooftops with brick and stone built houses throughout. The place is actually rather busy. You can see all walks of life, and quite a lot of them wearing a moderate sort of outfits and regalia as they're walking through. You see a few noble people walking past these gates, but these big, large buildings, as soon as you enter, are all various taverns and different shops that you can see as you first enter. And the first one that you come up to is the Bent Nail, and the Bent Nail is a kind of shoddy-looking sort of tavern, not up to scratch to the rest of the buildings, but it's looking a little bit more backwater. And as you carry on going through, you see some shops, which I will tell you the names of, because I have them in my list right here. You see the Silken Thread, which is a piece of yarn with a thread through it, which is made of silver. You can see the Hoof and Nail, which is a stable. You can also see Quirix and Potters, which appears to be some sort of general store. You can see Mortimer's Magics, which is a magic shop. The Griffin's Pestle, which appears to be an alchemist's, and the Obsidian Hilt, which has a closed sign on the front, and one of the windows is boarded up. But they're the shops that you see straight off the bat.
What was the one before that? The Griffin's...
The Griffin's Pestle.
Pestle.
Yes. Finally, as your wagon goes through the gate and you pass the guards, you are handed a small pamphlet, and as you do, you are passed the Code Legal of Sardonus.
Nice.
Which I will give you in just a second when I find it. It's on here somewhere. Location information? Nope. I'll give you it in just a second. I'll give you it when we end the stream. But yeah, it's on there, and that basically there is the main bit of what sort of punishments you can be given within Sardonus. There is a section on crimes against lords, officials, and nobles, a section against crimes against the town, and then a section on crimes against citizens. And there are different levels of punishment based on what sort of things that you do happen to do while in the town. One of the ones that catch your eye immediately is assaulting or impersonating a lord is death, which is one of the first ones right at the top in big bold letters. You also so you get given that, and as you are also passing through, you do notice a familiar face as stood outside of the smiling giant. You do see two gentlemen, one of which you recognize, and they seem to be in a bit of a heated debate. You can't quite hear what's going on, but one of them happens to be Sigbert, who seems to be in a heated debate with another gentleman who is wearing a wide brim, sort of like cowboy hat, a long duster coat that goes down to his knees, and it's like browns, and then he's wearing like a shirt with suspenders and a tie. And the pair seem to be arguing, and the guy in the duster coat has a small girl behind him who seems to be clutching onto his leg, but you can see the two arguing. And as you do start to approach, the argument stops as they turn to look at you. And Shion, are you asleep in the wagon?
I am, yeah.
Okay, so she wouldn't see you. Contessa's not there either. So actually, no, Sigbert doesn't say anything because he doesn't see anyone he recognizes. But yeah, they look towards you and they just like nod their heads. And then Sigbert, you just hear him say, "I'm not having this conversation anymore." And he just like storms into the smiling giant inn. And you just see the other gentleman just smile at you, and then he bends down to the little girl, and you can just hear him saying, it's gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. He's just an angry man. Okay, look, it's fine. Come on, let's go get what do you want? Milk? A pop? Let's go get some." And he grabs her by the hand, and they start walking off.
Interesting. Guess there's some drama in this city.
But yeah, you guys exit your vehicles. One of the guardsmen goes over to Galoin and offers to take the wagon for you lot to the stables, and Yusuf will pay for his stay. Which the two guards go and do that, and Yusuf and all of you are outside the Smiling Giant's Inn as Yusuf walks in, and you can see that this particular tavern is a little bit livelier than what you're used to recently, as music starts to play within inside of it, and that's not livelier music.
That's
We'll do
sad
this one.
music.
Yeah, that is sad music. This one. As you step on into the tavern, and you can see there is a gentleman playing a piano on the stage, as he's just, you see him, he is a Triton fellow, so he is blue-skinned with, like, gills and green, oh, that's my mic, and green hair, and he is wearing, like, a suit, and he is just playing away on this piano on the stage. And as you walk on in, you can see all manner of folk in here, and Sigbert sat at one of the tables, and Shion, at this point, you would definitely recognize this to be Sigbert. And you can see a lot of folk in here. It seems pretty packed. And as you do this, a woman comes running on over, and she's like,
Oh, howdy there. I'm really sorry, but we're fully booked for the week. Do you have a reservation with us? And Yusuf says, "Oh, yeah, I'm Yusuf Featherstone. I believe I have a room here for the evening with two of my guard." Oh, yeah, but by all means. And who are you guys? And she gestures to you lot.
Andros is gonna he's gonna look around. Does he like? What does he see? Is there like dancing going on here? Like, what is this going on in this tavern?
There is no dancing, but there
Okay.
are probably around about 15, 20 tables in this room, and every single one there are people sat at.
Every
There are
single one.
there are no empty tables. There are people standing because of how many people are in here. Roll me, you know what? Everyone, roll me a quick perception check, as you're all just kind of like scouring, and this place is heaving. There are so many people in here. Okay.
Yikes.
Okay, so Maeve, you... Oh, no, and Ahad, you two spot a couple of people. I would say... Maeve, roll me a d12. Ahad, you do the same. See what person catches your eye. Okay. Number 6. Yes, this person would catch your eye. You see, Maeve, a very well-dressed knight sat at a table, wearing black armor. He's got his helmet off at the minute, but it's got like a red plume feather on the top of it. And he sat there laughing and drinking this ale in front of him, with various other people. And on the crest, you can see what looks to be like a falcon, a golden falcon on his black armored crest with a silver trim shield. He has a very thick mustache and small little tuft of beard hair, like here. Immaculate, like eyebrows, thick eyebrows, and jet black slicked hair. And he is just sat there drinking away. Beside him, you do see a fire genasi woman, wearing a very tight-fitting silken silver dress, and her hair, the tips of it are just constantly like burning and on fire, and you can see across her neck and up her jaw there are like cracks in her like ashen soot-like skin, and you can see like veins of like lava or magma like coming from beneath, and she has these fiery ever burning eyes, and she is sat beside him drinking wine and like enticing this group of people around them. Ahad, you notice 3 members of the Vermilion Valkyrie stood by a booth, and just behind where like a curtain is covering part of the table, you can see a gorgeous, beautiful, blonde-haired elven woman sat within this booth wearing a red vermilion cloak and a giant ruby pendant set into the center of her like chest on a necklace. You can see her with crimson lipstick, all done up. She looks absolutely fabulous. And beside her, you see a purple, very handsome, shaggy-haired tiefling with jet black hair and these golden eyes, wearing a shirt which might as well not be buttoned up at this point, but the bottom 2 buttons are done up, but it's like this long cut-in v-neck which shows like the abs and like the pecs, and he's got rolled up sleeves, and he is just sitting, laying back one arm around this elven woman, who you can only imagine to be Eliash. And they are sat within this booth, and you can see them whispering to one another, and then, yeah, they're picking up glasses of wine and just sipping it. And then you also notice that there is a third person in that booth with them, but you only see the arm, and it is a gloved arm with a purple shirt, but you can't see any more than the gloved arm with a purple shirt because of the curtain. The rest of you just see a mass of different people, and it kind of, you're just kind of like, what? There are air genasi, there are halflings, gnomes, there are Goliaths, there are elves, there are dwarves, there are humans. It is just like bustling. Like, you've been in Arkenvale where all of these people are, but they all seem to be in one tavern at the minute. It's kind of crazy.
Andros,
And yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, as Andros is trying to answer the question, he just takes in that there's so many people here, and you like, if someone's looking, he just looks totally nervous. Like he just looks very like, I would say mostly scared to be in this tavern right now. So you see him just kind of quickly grab Savras and just like walk out, like just try to get out of the tavern.
Yeah, and yeah, you like put an arm around Savras, and she kind of like a little shocked that you've kind of just whisked her away. But yeah, the pair of you do step outside.
Yeah, and
What are the rest of you doing?
I'm still kind of groggy from sleeping in the car, like the whole time. So I'm like, yes, we're with Mr. Featherstone.
Oh, so you have rooms reserved?
Well, not for us personally, but I mean, if there's any, I mean, if you do not have a room, is there any other place? I'm everything must be pretty fully booked with the.
Oh, yeah, it certainly would be. We, you're with Mr. Featherstone, and he like nods. Yusuf nods as he's like grabbing a drink at the bar at this point. Well, maybe we could find a room for you. There is a gentleman that's supposed to be leaving, but I think he was planning on extending his stay. Let me see what I can do. By all means, grab yourselves a drink. I would say take a seat, but it's a little hard in this place. But we do have a few tables outside round the corner, and it's quite a nice day outside. There's a few available, but inside is a little crowded. But by all means, take a pew somewhere, lean up against a wall if you really like. But yeah, go get yourself a drink. I'll see what I can do. And she walks behind you, and then you just hear Plucky go, yes, it's the Silvered Strings. Not that I need to introduce myself, dear. You clearly know who I am. And she looks, and you can see her blush a little bit, and she's like, oh yeah, we have a room for you, sir. Yeah. And she like leads him over to the bar, and they hand over keys to them as well. And yeah, you guys are stood in this incredibly busy tavern. Apart from Andros and Savras, who have now gone outside, is there anything any of you wanted to do? As you're just kind of all awkwardly stood there like, oh my god, people.
Well, as much as I would love to go talk to the people that I perceived, but I'm not really dressed in anything that's presentable, as I've been made aware of on plenty occasion. So I will just turn around to the group and be like, I'm going to the tailor. I need an outfit. Anyone want to join?
You go to the tailor. I need a bath.
I'm with Arcturus on this one. No point in wearing a gorgeous dress when you're filthy.
It also looks like we're all gonna share a room. Perhaps we need to be clean.
Okay. I mean, I can always just chat up Plucky again.
You don't wanna share with us?
Still around?
What?
Well, as much as I love you guys, I still want a room of my own.
That's with Plucky still.
It will be the best bed you will ever had in a while.
Oh, shut up.
At this, as you're all stood around, you do hear a dwarven fella and a half-orc who sat at a table with their human and halfling friend. As they're all sat around this table, one of them's like,
Mate, this place is so fucking busy. I'm sure Eliash will be fine. We don't need to hang around, right?
and they go to stand up, and you can see like eyes start darting for the table as like everyone who's stood up is like, wait, there's a table being free? And the half-orc and the dwarf start to get up, and then as they start to move, the halfling and human go away. You guys are pretty close. If you want to grab a table, you could, but you can definitely see people moving through the crowd trying to make their way over to it. It's up to you.
I don't necessarily need a table. I just wait. Oh, let's just wait for the lady to come back and then find ourselves a bath.
I agree with Shion on this.
How far are we stood from the table that I noticed?
The table that you noticed is about 3 tables back towards the back, the corner, like back corner, and kind of near the stage. You can definitely make it there, but yeah, you'll be kind of like scooting around a couple of tables to get there.
Hmm. Yeah, they're busy in conversation, right?
Yeah, you see that there's like 5 people around this table, and there is just laughter, and you can just see this fire genasi woman is stunning, and she flicks her hair every now and then. Like, you can see that she's lapping up the attention in this bar right now, and there are people just stood around, like, kind of near them as well, just like leaning in, listening every time she speaks, and you can see that people are like doting on her every word.
Shion, see that girl over there? The fire girl? Her skin looks like mine when I do the bear thing.
It does, except she looks like a regular woman. I've probably seen Fire Genasi before, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So, have you?
You know what?
We've seen Genasi before.
Shion, roll me a history check.
Will do.
Erhard, you can roll it as well.
Sure.
Ugh. Oh yeah, I'm still exhausted, aren't I?
You are, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
I would say,
yeah, we've seen.
With
I
a
know
10, with a 10 from both of you, I'll say that the face looks familiar, but you're not sure.
As to who it is, like, I mean,
feeling-
I've seen Fire Genasi before, so I would.
Yeah, you get the feeling they might be famous.
Shion, I'm gonna do something really stupid. Don't hate me.
Oh, what are you doing?
I'm gonna look for the toilet.
The toilet?
Don't become a bear, okay?
No, I won't. Don't worry.
Do you need me to come with you?
If you want to. I don't need help, but sure. I'm gonna, but listen, we're gonna pretend that we think that the toilet's over there.
Oh, you want to take a better look at her? Just tell me, darling. And she immediately sort of relaxes and she's like, oh yeah, sure. I mean, Shion's known to turn some heads every now and then, and she's just gonna walk past them and sort of have May follow her.
I don't know.
So the pair of you start making your way towards their table?
We're not looking for a toilet. Looking for a toilet.
Yeah, we're looking for a toilet. We're not. I mean, as I pass their table, I nod at the people there, and I don't know.
You definitely, the pair of you walking past are 2 interesting individuals in this place. Like, there's a lot of interesting looking characters, but the 2 of you walk past, and yeah, you definitely get a couple of people like turn. She does not. She does not turn to look at you, and neither does the armored man. They seem completely engrossed currently with the attention that they are receiving. I will say, because of both of your passives, which are below 12, you definitely hear the names as they are spoken. You hear her name is Estelle Brimfire, and his name is Javier Kitestone. And I will make there's no point Maeve rolling one. I'm sorry, because you wouldn't know.
What was his name?
Javier Kitestone. Shion, roll me a history check now that you've heard both names. 13. Roll me a second one for his name. Ooh, okay. 13. You've definitely heard of Estelle Brimfire. You don't know why, but you know it's a famous name, and the name has even trickled into Quirin, but you don't know why. You know she's not probably from Quirin, but that name rings a bell for you. Javier Kitestone is the very famous champion of King Julius Appleton of Craddock, who is one of the sole survivors of the Red Dragon attack that happened years ago in Craddock, and he is the person that slayed the dragon. He is known as the champion of Craddock. He is a world famous warrior within Craddock and appears to be at Kingsley Taft's name day.
I whisper to Maeve. Well, it seems like there's quite the celebrities here. It might be actually useful to be here.
What are they famous?
Well, it seemed like I don't know. Well, that lady seems familiar somewhere.
She's so pretty.
I know, I know. But as for him, oh yes, world famous dragon slayer. Even in Quirin we've heard of him, even though it's miles away from where we live. So yeah, if that's really him, of course. I think it is.
How do we approach?
Do you want to? I mean, I'm not approaching either of them until I've had a bath and I changed my clothes.
True. Maybe just.
I mean, they are likely to go. Likely? They are 100% going to be at the ball. Otherwise, why would they even be here? We can, if we really, if we're, I mean, I'm sure a ball lasts for many hours, darling. Particularly if they are similar to how I'm used to the balls I'm used to in Quirin.
Can you say something to me loudly as we pass by that would maybe draw attention? So we can look at them and smile and then walk by. You're good at these things.
And she
I saw you strike a pose a few times. I'm learning.
Oh, Maeve, darling, we really need to get us out of these rags. I mean, I know for a fact that both you and we are so much prettier when we've got our ball gowns on.
I can't wait to scrub all this ash off my body.
Exactly.
And go shopping.
I know, right? Shall we? Oh, let's just find the bathhouse first. I wonder where it is. And I sort of look around as if I am to find a bathhouse somewhere in the in the tavern.
Roll me a performance check with advantage because of how over the top for that. Sure, yeah, I'll say both of you go for it. Go on, as the pair of you over the top, like it was so pretty. Yeah, you definitely get some head turns, and for sure, Javier does turn, and he like raises an eyebrow as he looks towards you two. He smiles and then continues his conversation. Estelle doesn't even look.
Well, there you go.
Good enough.
At least our famous dragon slayer has seen us. Now, what we do is we actually get pretty because I feel like a cave troll.
You need to help me with that. You know that stuff on your face that's really pretty. Can you help me?
You can borrow some of mine. No worries. But first,
no, I don't think I should do that. Can you?
Yes, sure. No.
I can try. I mean, but I've never.
Yes, I will do it for you. No worries. But
also,
let's find a bathhouse like the one we were at earlier when we had the spa day.
You know that guy probably knows that there's going to be 2 women at a bathhouse, looking pretty.
Exactly. It's time to find us one.
And as you two start walking back, just before we cut to the rest of the group to see what they're doing, Shion, as you start making your way towards the bar once more, you see a pair of eyes lock onto you, and your eyes lock. As you see, Sigbert has noticed you walking through the tables, and he leans back in his chair, he raises a tankard, nods his head, and then takes a sip.
And I bow to him.
Mm-hmm.
And I sort of mouth like, good to see you.
Yeah, and he kind of
I go on my way.
yeah, he gestures and then carries on to his conversation. And we'll come to you, Andros, in just a second. I just want to know what Erhard and Arcturus are doing. What are you two, as you two see the girls just walk off into the crowd, and you're like, what are you guys doing?
Well, obviously I'm like not impressed with what happened. All I see is like two girls flaunting everything to get their goal, which I like saw the entire trip to Sedonis, so I'm not impressed by that. And I'm actually kind of bored. So yeah, I think I just, well, I don't know about you, but I really need that bath before I go shopping.
But they need time to make things at the tailor, right? Like, order the stuff and then go bath.
Yeah,
Isn't
but
that more practical?
yeah, practical, yes. Do you want to buy stuff in this condition? You come in, you just let them measure you, and you raise your arms and they faint.
Maybe I can just steal stuff then. Yeah, I get your point. Let's go bath, I guess.
And yeah, you two are stood there. The girls come back. You guys all leave the tavern because you're going to try and find a bathhouse. And just before you do, you know,
I think I would just try and find like a barmaid or something and just ask.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, the barmaid that was serving you, he's like, did you need something?
Well, I have two thoughts. One thought would be, if you guys ever looking for an entertainer,
oh, trust me, not in
I'd love
Sardonis,
to.
dear. There's plenty here. We have Estelle, the Silver Strings, and many other folk as well, in fact. There's just an abundance of you at the moment. Well, there would be with an event such as this.
I thought as much. And connected to that, my friends and I, we've been on the road for a while. Is there a
Right.
bathhouse around?
Oh yeah, well by all means, there's the Shallow Water, which is just down the road. Lovely little quaint bathhouse. They do they do groups and singular. It's up to you. It could be a little bit pricey, but yeah. Oh, by the way, I found out about that room. It is up for grabs. It does only sleep 3, so you may need make some other arrangements in another place, or you can bundle up into one, but it'll be a little tight. It does come with its own private bath up there too. But you'd obviously have to take turns, not big enough for each of you. But it will cost 10 platinum a night.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's 100 gold.
Yeah. Hold that thought. I'll be back in a minute. I just turn around, looking all baffled and dreamy-eyed, and I'm like, well, the bathhouse is out there, down the road.
Magnificent. And I lock arms with Maeve and I leave.
Thing is, they have a room, but it's pricey.
Well, unless you do want to sleep on the street, you better take it.
And platinum a night.
Which is just 100 gold a night.
Just. How many nights are we here?
That depends on the stuff, but for now we do need a place to stay. If we denounce this one, we probably never find a place anymore.
Okay.
It's very busy in this city.
I guess I will turn around and tell her, sure.
Well, how long are you planning on staying there, dearie?
You need advance payment?
Well, I just need to know so that if anyone asks, I know roughly when you're going to be departing. Are you staying for the ball?
Yeah.
You are? Oh, well, that makes things a little bit easier. So, the ball, as you know, isn't for a couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
So, it will be, I'm just trying to find my list right here of exactly what date it is. The ball is on the 21st of Merit. It is the 19th today, so that's in 2 days' time.
Mm-hmm.
It is midday today, though, so it'll be tonight, it'll be tomorrow night, and then the ball is the 3rd night. But if you're staying for the ball and you're guests of Mr. Taff, I can give you a discount.
Oh.
We are guests of Mr. Taff.
You are great. Well, I can do. Oh, well, you'd have to leave the room by the 22nd of Merit. That's the day after the ball.
Yeah.
I'll call it 250 gold.
That would not be a problem. Deal.
Very well. Well, thank you very much. And you pay her?
I do, yeah.
Thank you very much. She takes the money and she gives you a golden key, and it has the number 7 on it. Well, it was a pleasure, by all means. You get breakfast, you get dinner, and obviously we clean the rooms 3 times a day. We clean it in the morning, we clean it midday, and we clean it in the afternoon. If you don't need the midday cleaning, just let us know and we won't do it. But you never know what you guys get up to. Plenty of people do some very extravagant things during an event like these.
Well, you never know what we come up with, but
We'll make sure to pack some extra blankets up there and some extra pillows for the people that have to sleep on the floor.
that will be very
Thank
much
you, dear.
appreciated.
Not a problem. Well, if you need anything, my name's Jemiah. Just come and call me.
Oh, thank you very much,
Apologies,
Maya.
English names. Yeah.
And you
Thanks.
leave. Andros, what are you doing?
So after he
You and Stavros exit?
yeah, we exit the tavern. Andros is gonna take a deep
What?
breath, and he's very happy to be out of there. Like he's just so happy not to be in that tavern anymore.
Is everything all right?
I don't do crowds.
Right. Well, that's kind of my specialty, in all fairness.
I can see that you're performer and all. Sorry, I dragged you out like
It
that.
is absolutely fine.
Actually, I've been meaning to have a word with you.
Oh, really?
I
Plucky didn't mention it.
he didn't. He didn't mention anything.
She smiles.
Dang. Okay. Listen, I have to apologize. I was just being stupid yesterday, and to be honest with you, I'm not good at talking to people. I mean, you definitely know that by now. And I'm not really good at talking about things. But I was definitely in the wrong yesterday.
Just like to point out,
Yeah.
you walked away from me.
I know. I have a habit of kind of walking away from people. But I don't want to make things weird or wrong between us. And I understand if you're like mad at me for anything. I totally get it. Listen, you're
Andros,
yes.
it's fine.
Is there anything I can do to make this better? Is there I listen. I just want to
Be honest and stop talking for the sake of talking.
Got you. Can I just take you out to eat then to get away from this?
Let me bathe first.
Gotcha. I think we both need to do that. How about I pay for us to go? I mean, of course, not together, but a bathhouse. Just go get cleaned up, and then we can meet for dinner later. All on me. All on me. It's the day of, or the afternoon, evening is just a date, as they call it a date, right?
I will more than happily come for a meal, but I have my own room.
Yes. Yeah.
With my
I
own
know.
bath.
I know.
I've got it all paid for. But I'll definitely come out for a meal.
Okay, cool. I will see you later today. You live here, right? You're staying here?
I am.
I don't know if my group is, I'll be honest with
As
you,
your
but-
group stumble out of the doorway.
Right. I'll meet you later. I hope you like the necklace, by the way. I don't know too much about pendants or necklaces, but I thought since it had a blue thing in it, it would fit better with you. More than me.
I do. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
I will
I'll-
see you later, Andros.
See you later.
and she walks back in. And as soon as she walks back in, you just hear from inside the tavern,
Savras, we have got a table. Come.
and you just see Plucky like push someone over the like out of the way as he like sits down at a table quickly. He's like,
Do you not know who I am?
as he like sits there, and then he starts drinking some ale at the table, and then Serge and all that sit down with them, and then the door shuts as you all stand outside and make your way towards.
Before we leave, I
Yes?
sort of see that happening, and I sort of smile, wink, and wave at them. Like, bye-bye.
Yeah, and
See you
Plucky
later."
Plucky
See you
seems to be in his element, and he's just like really enjoying it. And then just out the corner of his eye, he like catches you. He like goes to like look closer or do something, and the door just
And-
shuts.
and, like,
just before-
later,
Yeah,
later.
yeah, it's just yeah. And then yeah, so he goes, and you all start moving towards the bathhouse. And I think that's the perfect time to end today's session. So I'm sorry it went on a little longer. I just wanted to get that bit out of the way and you guys into the tavern. There's so much going on in there. It's crazy, my brain. But yes, guys, let's go around the room real quick. Tim, tell us where they can find you and all the stuff that you do. Let us know.
Yeah, well, guys, you can find me at the Team Logic NL channel as the male part of Team Logic NL, where we play a variety games, so to seem. And tomorrow we're gonna play something new. And well, today I still don't know what we're gonna do. So it's gonna be a huge surprise for you all and for me. But it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be hilarious, and you gotta be there. So thank you for joining, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Awesome, and below we have the social wizard, I guess. Wizard away, Eagle.
I've been rated by the Natural Havoc YouTube, which you should all go subscribe to now to watch every single session up to date, and on top of that, some one shots and some extra little bits here and there. The Natural Havoc YouTube, by the way, they sponsor us every week. But anywho, I'm the Eagle Outlaw. You can find me at the Eagle Outlaw, where we just beat Hellblade. We're still doing crazy things and all that jazz, all that funness, goodness. And I do social stuff. Socials. You can follow us subscribe to the YouTubes. Make sure you guys are also following the Twitter, the Instagram, all that stuff. Social them follows, and also join the Discord. You guys can go talk to us directly. Oh,
thank you. Oh, and Smitty, take it away.
Hello, I'm Smitty. You can find me from Saturday all the way through to Wednesday, streaming a variety of games. Currently playing for the very first time of Horizon Zero Dawn, which I'm absolutely adoring, and I know some others of us are as well in this group. And also playing through all of the Zelda games, all the 3D games for the first time. So that's an experience. Yeah, you can find me doing that pretty much most days. Also, don't forget to check out our socials, the Instagrams, the YouTubes, the Twitters, and the Discord, where you can hang out with us and you can talk to us and we can actually interact. So that's cool. So check it out and hang out.
Do it right
Do
now. And to the other side of the screen, Zeb, take it away.
Yeah, I'm Agent Zeb. I actually stream when I'm on vacation, but hopefully I'm streaming again also when I'm working. But I'm streaming on a new schedule, which is Sunday evening, afternoons, something like that, and Monday afternoons, and then bonus streams on other days. But we'll see. It's
Really
weird.
sorry,
It's confusing.
But did no one else see Eagle fall off his chair? He's look at the
Yeah,
bottom
yeah,
left.
he's
getting up off
just
the floor.
doing stuff.
That was so funny. Right, and above Zeb, we have Lan. Take it away.
Yeah, well, it's gonna be no good now. Anyway, my name is Lan. I am the female half of Team Logic, playing the Pokemons on Wednesdays. And yeah, I should start streaming on Sundays again because I miss it. But yeah, work and such. Yeah, so it's been an absolute blast today. I loved it. I'm still looking at Eagle's face and it's just not it's just so funny. But yeah, social the follows and all that jazz. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank
See
you,
you
thank
next
you.
week.
I am the Onion Soup, and I do oniony and soupy things over on the channel. I'm currently doing through a Pokemon normal type monologue where I go through every single region of all the Pokemon games and try to beat them with only normal types. We're near the end of Heart Gold, Soul Silver at the minute, which is awesome. So we'll be going on to Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire probably next week or the week after, which I've never played, so that's going to be fun. Also doing Horizon Zero Dawn, like Smitty was saying, and loving it. It's such a fun game. I love the story. Apparently I'm a bit of a god tier gamer at it, but you know, that's what others say, not myself, totally myself. And yeah, so that we do that as well. But thank you guys on the YouTubes that watch us in the future. I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, thank you for all the people on Twitch right now watching as well, because it's fantastic. Do we have a raid, ladies and gentlemen?
We might have.
Do we have a raidee?
Yes. We saw a pretty bunch of people called Loomis Digital.
Oh, cool.
And well, we can make them happy with our raid.
Yes.
So yeah.
Let's raid on over. We can't guarantee that they will also throw themselves off their chair like Eagle did, but we can still guarantee that hopefully we'll have a good time over there. So let's go on over. That is the raid message. So do please copy and paste it, just so that you know we can all appreciate the big old raid as we go on in, guys. So thank you very much, and we'll be back next week with some more D&D. So don't miss it. You guys are hopefully going to be meeting about 1,000 NPCs. So yeah, fun. Yeah, right. We're gonna raid on over.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Thank you very much. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.